Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? Oops, I hit the wrong button there and you heard my Discord, but hello. Hi, everybody. There I am. I don't know why switching sometimes takes me forever, but hello. Hi, how are you? My name is Clay Sterling. If you don't know who I am, I'm joined by Amplify, who's right here to my right. You just see his beautiful back of head and side beard action there with the Hawaiian shirt coming through. How are you? It's pretty late over there for you.
It is 11 p.m. I'll be in work in 11 hours, but there ain't anywhere else I'd rather be in this particular moment, Clay, than casting this tournament with you.
Oh, I am ready. I am excited. I hope you guys are as well. Where do you put the stream link? You tell me if you're streaming and I pull it up. So, Tanky, if you're streaming, I will pull it up. If that is what you are referring to. If not, it's okay. It's all
And
right.
yeah, just to go on what Clay's saying there, guys, we have a bunch of people we're going to be catching up on in their streams. If you are in the event at the moment and you'd like us to spotlight you if you're doing particularly well, or if we catch you at a bad time and you're doing particularly not so well, we'd love to see. So make sure you do give us all of your Twitch URLs if you haven't already today. We're going to see some interesting people play today, dude. We got the Claire's back. We got a bunch of people from Toronto Fortnite, a few people we haven't seen before. Some people you and I have seen do very well together before. Do you have a favorite going into this as it stands?
Ooh, a favorite. That is a hard one. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I got everybody actually other than Aquarius there. Again, I'm very sorry if I say your name wrong at all.
Aquarius.
A-
Oh,
a- a-
Aquarius.
Aquarius, maybe like
Aquarius.
again.
Aquarius.
I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite. I know a lot of the people that are playing. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna choose a cop out answer and go with the Claire twins.
Okay, that's a when you have the
It's a
synergy
cop
of
out
being in
answer.
this. It is a little bit of a cop-out answer, but you can see the synergy. You know, you're twins, you live with each other, you play every day, you're probably back to back with each other while you're playing. You're gonna have a little bit of that extra deeper connection you just don't get, unless you are actually brothers with somebody. Um, I'm gonna go with Medicify, not
Ooh,
because his name has the same
Medicify.
syllables and sound as mine, but I don't know. We watched him last week. Not last week, sorry, last in our last outing, shall we say? All the days blend together with me, the amount I've been working lately. Um, we saw him pop off a little bit. I'm excited to see more. I want to see more of that action.
I want to see more of it as well. I think Addison mad that I didn't say him, but I haven't seen him play since he played with Sampa, so I don't know. Addison, maybe you gotta show up and surprise us here today. We'll keep our eyes on y'all. Obviously, Akrian being a little bit weird in chat, but hey, if you're not a little bit weird in your life, what's going on? You need a hug, you amplify, right? Everyone can attest to being a little weird in life.
I'm a 29-year-old man with a full Fortnite pop vinyl and pickaxe collection. Weird. You don't freaking know weird till you know Amplify.
I can attest to that. This man is great. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's a good dude. But thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it so very much. The code has been posted. If you don't have it already, please join up. Type it in. Clack it away. Copy paste it. Whatever you got to do to get in. It is a $600 prize pool, I believe, is what I saw on one of the papers that I was supposed to read that I may not have read.
I believe it's 300 and a chance to qualify for the
Oh,
$1,000 tournament, the skirmish in the 6th and the 23rd, I believe, Clay.
I believe 21st and 22nd. I
21st,
believe
22nd.
if that is 21st and 22nd, which would be Saturday and Sunday. There, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the rules for us, and so we can get you the scoring. I believe it's standard World Cup scoring there, like we did last time. Amplify, I believe so.
I think you're right. I think we're maintaining the same thing for most of the open qualifiers. I love this format. This format to me seems to be a very solid kind of format. Everybody's kind of used to it right now. It's why everybody's familiar with one elimination equals 1 point, 10 points altogether if you win a game. So what it's saying there's the value of getting 10 elims is the same as getting first place, which I don't remember the last time I've seen somebody in a tournament like this get 10 elims and 10 points in a particular game. I know Savage isn't playing today, who definitely has popped off recently, a tournament like DreamHack. But maybe there is somebody who's going to surprise us, get that full 20 points. I'll say full
Ooh.
20 points, but that's the dream. That's a royale flush, shall we say?
Oh, Royale Flush. Ooh, interesting. I
That's
don't
what I'm going
know.
to call
I
it.
don't know. Do you think there's gonna be someone that does? If you have any ideas?
I personally don't have any ideas. I'm happy to hear it from chat and the people playing in chat to perhaps posturize themselves a little bit and say, that's going to be me. I'm calling it right now. And then they prove that they are, in fact, Savage like in their demeanor. Because, of course, he said, I'll win. What's he
Yeah,
do? He went and win.
he did. He did. He did indeed go up here with the epic victory there.
So I have a question for you, Clay, while we're just waiting for everybody to queue up.
All right.
Is this your favorite point system?
No.
Or do you prefer a more ESL Katowice-esque point system?
While I plug in my headphones because they won't stop beeping at me to die. And I just want to show off my beautiful hair. I actually prefer the DreamHack Anaheim and Winter format, which is kind of based on Katowice, because it's more rewarding for your placement, and your eliminations are not rewarded as much. I think it's the most balanced that we've had, right? So if you don't know that point system for solos, it was when you got to top 50, you got 1 point, all the way up into third place, and then third place you got 49 points. Second place you got 53, and then first place you got 60 points. Each elim was 5 points. So to get a victory royale, you needed 60 points, but in eliminations you needed 12 elims. So it was very, very, very balanced.
It's definitely different. I think that I love the idea of using greater numbers because you can't have half points because that's just when it starts to get silly. But I definitely feel like there's got to be a middle ground between these, 60 points for a win and 12 points, 12 elims equals X points, something like that. I feel like it starts to get lost a little bit in some of the muddle in between, understanding what the point system is. Because when you go to watch say a classic soccer game, I'm going to say soccer just to not have that conversation right now. You know that when the ball goes in the net, that's 1 point. I feel like we're on the cusp of having a perfect point system in Fortnite where the value of an elimination compared to your value in where you've survived until in this battle royale format, I feel like there's a middle ground somewhere that's going to marry those up perfectly. I feel like it's going to come out soon, perhaps with Epic Games. I mean, they have tested different points formats lately, and it's been fascinating. Perhaps they've been working on something, and that's part of the new release of competitive we're going to have. Perhaps we'll have, say you come 100th, you get 1 point. Say you come 99th, you get 2 points. Perhaps we scale it like that, and then the elim scale the other way. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see what's happening in the next few months with regards to scoring systems. We've had so many different ones, and I think we're close to a perfect one.
I think we are too. I think the DreamHack one, if adaptable to duos and such, which obviously would mean you just go to 25 and count that way and such. So I think it will make it work. I think today we're going to use obviously a different one. I believe it being each elimination 1 point, victory out 10 points, second to third 7, fourth to 7th, fifth, 8th to 12th 3 points. I believe is the right one. So making sure that on the back end of things while we wait and see what everyone is doing. Again, we're queuing up. We're gonna get into the game soon. I know people are like, when are the games? Where are they happening? Why are you doing them now?
Where is my content?
Your content's right here, honey.
Oh,
I'm always right here for the content. No, we will be starting soon. We're just making sure everybody gets in and everybody is ready. Making sure everybody gets a fair chance at it, because we want to have the ability for everybody that paid or entered to be here, because if not, then it's gonna be like, why'd I even pay?
exactly. And just going off that concept, we did have a a few technical issues a few weeks ago during our last production with the backend system used for scoring. I just, on behalf of Toronto, I want to apologize for that happening. Claim myself, we weren't privy to it, but we recognized the issue. We decided to reschedule it. The reschedule's gone ahead, and as every brand, organization, production, whatever you want to call it, as everybody does when they do something wrong, they should look at it, analyze it, learn from it, and fix it for the next time. We have fixed it for this time, and we this time have I said this time a bunch of times then, and I said bunch of times to compensate for saying too many times. Anyway, we have some staff from Mayhem on board to help us this week. Thank you so much to those guys for spending their time and their expertise and their capabilities with us to ensure that this one runs a lot smoother than we have had experience in the past. But again, we're using the tools that we have until the tools that we need come along.
Exactly. And so, again, thanks everybody for hanging out and being awesome. As you see, you got waves over there where the LAN is being held at. Obviously, this is a LAN X WAN, which is just meaning online and LAN tournament being held there. And then, obviously, on the 21st to the 22nd is going to be the big event where, you have to qualify for it. I believe there's an entry fee there. I believe that might be it. But, again, I'm not too sure. I haven't gotten fully caught up. I was very busy this morning casting, so it's been a casting day. Amplify gonna have to carry me just a little bit there with the voice if I start to struggle. But he's got this. If if he doesn't, I'll just no camera.
I fail to exist. No one will ever see my face. Don't worry, Clay. I've been taking plenty of lessons from Sampa lately, not just in Fortnite, but on how to carry you as well. So we're going to be.
Okay, buddy. I love it. We are just waiting for, I believe, a couple more players to get in, is what I was told. So we're gonna wait for that. I believe. Colorful and Ronaldo are playing today.
Ronaldo.
I believe Colorful playing with Ronaldo from Oath Gaming now, I think the rebrand is.
Is there a rebrand, is it?
Yeah, I believe they did rebrand from Riot Squad to Oath Gaming.
Colorful has just DM'd me their URL, but it sounds like we already have it.
I do.
I do take 2 points of issue with Colorful's name. Number one, the U is there's only one U in it that ought to be two, and two, the K should be a C. Apart from his terrible spelling, I hope his gameplay is going to be.
First of all, he spelled it correctly. He's even Canadian. He spelled it right. So don't bring that British slang in here. We don't need that. No,
Canadians should know better. They're part of the Commonwealth.
Okay, yeah, but we destroyed the Commonwealth and we beat y'all and we got our independence. I'm kidding. We don't need to go into old history there, but we're gonna hop on board here with Colorful first off as we swap over there. I'm gonna actually bring it back to our face right quickly, as I think I have okay. Making sure we have all the right audio there so we don't have too many things. I think Ronaldo and Colorful.
Dude, these chairs are too low.
No, I think there is a. Hold on one second.
I don't like these chairs.
That is an issue on my end. There, I don't know why it's playing multiple audio for the same thing. 1 second.
While Clay works this out, I will sing the technical difficulties theme song from SpongeBob. I'm not going to.
Please do.
But I would if I could. What's that technical? That's the best you got of me. I have no tone.
My apologies. Mayhem decided that it was going to open a completely different audio browser there, and it was going to do some weird Twitch app thing. As we have on board here with Colorful and Ronaldo first, we see that they're landing agency. Amplify, how do you feel about landing agency here with a little bit lower player lobby? It's not a low player lobby at all, but it's not a full lobby. So not as many spots are going to be as contested. And of course, Midas is here, the newly signed Team Liquid player.
I don't get the last reference, I'm not going to lie. However, landing in agency, in pub games, is like landing in Season 3 Tilted Towers. You don't want to go
Dude,
there,
what the
but if
fuck are
you
you
don't go there, you look like you don't know what you're doing. I am not a huge
did
fan
this-
of agency in terms of size and
someone just
shape and
landed.
layout, but maybe that's just because I'm just not confident enough to go there in the first place, you know? It looks like Colorful and Ronaldo, on the other hand, have it completely uncontested, and as it stands, the boss, are they called bosses? Is that what they're officially called?
I believe, yeah.
Still in the game. As it stands, so all the legendary
didn't
loot
load
is
in
still
for
there
me.
and competitive,
I didn't see
but
them.
they have changed the bots, the
are bugged.
NPCs, to no longer drop mats. So might change a few people's regular drop spots.
Finish them?
My Indeed is, I believe they did get a player. No, I didn't see a player. It was just a bot there that they were trying to calm the. I think they're just trolling.
I think just
I
doing
think-
trolling the comms. On me,
Yeah.
on me.
just a little bit, trolling the comms, having fun with it there. As we move over to someone else who's in
Oh,
another
right here. It's me, ass.
POI,
He's fucking me up.
they found the boss as we swap over there to Boa's perspective. Now, Boa at waves as well inside of that Pleasant Park area. Now, it's not a named POI, but a new POI nonetheless. Very, very interesting to see what they're able to do over there. As actually, we have a fight. I'm going to swap us over here to this perspective. I know we're going back and forth. This is Noisy playing with AZ, and then a shot's go through. He's going to get the elimination. An anonymous player going through as I quietly raise up the quality, and nobody notices that. Shots going on through. He did get that one elim and the finish, so Siphon came through. Now they need to pick up the other teammate, and they're saying, you know what, MFI, we're just going to chop him on down.
I like this strategy. The 2v1, the HP isn't great, but they know that they can just completely outpush this person with a rain of bullets. This is a meta game that rewards spray, that rewards high pressure. There is less consequence, and we're going to have a perhaps a shotgun edit down here. The player gets above him just a little bit. He's editing all the way down just because he doesn't feel as confident just in this moment.
Ooh, this teammate going to go down. AZ and then going down. Shots going through. HMY gonna get deleted, and that's going to be the elimination. And they are going to be able to get the res off. Heal up too. That Siphon coming on through, looking very, very good for them.
Can I just comment here? Just look how wonderful the Waves Esports Arena looks. Can we just appreciate that through the webcam right now?
It does. It looks pretty amazing. But we're going to swap over here to Metasify. Now, you talked about him earlier doing good. They're in a fight already. Shots coming through. He's using a lot of shield. Doesn't really know where the people are from. Seems like he's getting third-partied a lot as well. Mr. He plays trying to get some semblance of favor back in there, but C4 coming through. Mr. He plays going to go down. That's going to be Straw Hat Charlie taking him on down. As now getting sprayed out of the air. He's not looking very good. 52 HP in a dream. As you see, he does make it out for the time being. Amplified, not in a good spot at all.
Not in a great spot at all. And if you notice as well, he's on controller. Do you think he's already dipped away from legacy settings? And is that going to be a big impact for controller players? You know, he plays us down, Medicify still here. He's made a successful disengage, and one of the most intelligent things you can do in Fortnite is not keep pushing. Even if you're going to die, your partner's already down with a slim hope of getting through. Use your brains, use your smarts, and a clever disengage here. That team's got a point. They've got some stuff. Medicify does not have... Medicify's card has not been picked up. Sorry, Heat plays his card has not been picked up, and he's on controller, having to give up legacy settings. Not a great day, but he's doing all the right things in this current situation that he needs to be doing.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's worth even thinking about going for a card, right? He's got the pad, and he's got that other pad out, but it's just way too risky, especially knowing that, there's 3 minutes left on that zone moving in, right? Obviously, you'd want them to pick up your card. You'd want your teammate to help out, but at some point, it's just like, hey, competitively, I can't do anything. But I'm gonna swap us on over here to someone who's really close by. It's Vortex and his teammate Tan-K here. As you see, they are right outside of Risky, and they are gonna be coming up on top of him here pretty soon.
10K and Vortex, in fact Duran, because they appear to be hungry like the wolf, Clay Staling.
I have no idea what any of those references are. I am way too much of a not boomer. I mean, I know Duran was a band way back in the day, but I mean that's a band my mom would like. As we swap over here to Luke and Flix. just getting deleted there. It's just shifted and flakes. Fix. I believe it says flakes there, but we can call him Luke. They are not looking good at all. This is some nice shots here for him. Though you hear him call out the white tags, but they are also low. C4 coming in as well as grenades. That's going to be a knock there by Flix, as they've decided, you know what, hey, they really need to dip out of this situation. I think maybe trying to get that grappler, but honestly, I don't know if they've got the HP to even make it out of this zone.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like, from what we can see, the only heals they have is one more flopper. If they take out that player, that is 50 effective HP. Shots coming from on top, so he's going to have to take the flopper now. In the storm, looking, is he going to rotate? He doesn't, we can hear a little bit of their audio. There's a beautiful part of looking at different streams. We can hear their audio. He does not seem exceptionally enthused about this situation. He's getting pressure on from behind. He has grenades, but he's not going to find any time to use them as any kind of get me away from this situation. Does pick up a flopper. There's a medkit as well. They're in a great spot, but that player will push them if they need to. Doesn't look like they're going to get it, though. Two players get out of storm. One player dies in.
One player dies in. Medicify goes down as well in the Elim feed. We weren't able to catch that, but I saw it there for a moment in the Elim feed. So unfortunate. Not able to get it out of Risky Alive. You hear him saying, go back. But just like Medicify, I don't think they're going to be able to get out. Like Emily talked about, they have a slurfish, they have that harpoon, so they can get more.
Flex just took one.
Yeah,
Flex just took one as well. There's another fishing spot just as they leave this area, where they were just a few moments ago.
20, I hit him. I might get the Elim. I might get the Elim.
Might get the Elim, he says. A medkit, six shots in the harpoon. They get out absolutely fine. I think they'll probably get in a better position than when they started trying to rotate, to be completely honest.
No.
Yeah, we'll have to see as I take us over here to Addison and
No, we gotta go zone.
I don't know how to say his name. Acrian. It's like it's almost Aiden, but it's not quite there yet. Acrian. I feel like Acrian is a good, a good way to see it. We actually don't see on Addison's perspective because he's blocking the Elim feed. A couple players go down, 69 players. So Storm Surge could be a thing in half out, fourth zone, right? But not going to see it in second zone. Ooh, it's going to go opposite of where they were, but a mountain zone going to be fun to watch. Definitely not experience for these players.
Probably kids up there that limit. Nope, there's no one up there.
It's going to be an interesting experience. I love that they're using the Alpinace and the Mogul skins coming back out today. I've put off buying one of those the last 3 times they've been in, and now that I actually... Now that they come back, I'm like, I have to do it this time. I'm just going to regret it again. I got myself the Canadian one. One of my favorite skins in the game that I never owned. And in this situation here, they've already got a good position, but they know that they can get more central. 69 players remaining, the size of the map, the safe zone versus the soon-to-be unsafe zone. They have absolutely more than enough time to get themselves meds. Well, they've got max meds, but to refarm those meds, get themselves somewhere a bit more central, a bit higher up. They're going to be making it to late game fairly comfortably right here, I think.
I think they are as well, and I'm going to swap over to a little bit more of an unconventional play. Oh, they were playing it a little bit unconventional. As soon as I swap over, they stop. But they were just sitting in some boxes. Scruffy and OJHN.
John.
Oh, John. I like OJHN. Okay, I'm going to keep calling him OJHN until I get told by himself otherwise, all right? Okay? But anyway, they were sitting in some boxes. It was looking amazing. I believe Colorful just picked up an Elim, and they are on a fight as well. We're going to swap over there to see this perspective as Colorful is going in with the drum gun. Ronaldo trying to give him some advice. They're a little bit split zone, very far away. Colorful, he decides, you know what? I'm going to get out. I'm going to disengage. We already picked up one elimination, actually, so they didn't pick up the Elim. All they did was finish a knocked player there. There's the beam there from Ronaldo, and I think that may be the signal to go in. But it doesn't seem like they're fully committed here. They're kind of going back and forth with their comms. The zone is coming on in. They don't have raw heals from the looks of Colorful's inventory. I think they're going to disengage with this launch pad.
I think they're launch pad.
I think it's the right decision to make as well. There's plenty of campfires they can restoke. They don't have the mats to restoke it in this moment. But they have the mobility. They have blue heals, which is what they need. A nice little dink for 23 there. I think rotating here, ignoring the fight, leaving it, carrying on. I think that's the right decision for them to be making.
Run onto the hill and then we'll launch.
I agree with you there. It's definitely not something you know, have to engage upon. That was definitely one when Ronaldo called disengage. I think Colorful should have followed right on after. Definitely, you know, gotta have that comms as a duo. I don't know if they've played together as a duo. I know Colorful was playing with Straw Hat Charlie, and Ronaldo was playing with someone else as well. So I know they've played together before, but I don't know how much duo experience they actually have together. Again, duos, we don't know. We don't know if it's gonna be solos, duos, squads, trios, or you know, quintuplets or whatever you want to add in there. But the only modes we've got are solos and duos. So we're gonna keep running solo and duo tournaments until we get told otherwise.
Absolutely.
Dude,
going off of, you know, have these guys played with each other before? You know, they may have a great chemistry in terms of friendship and, you know, playing in squads or other formats, but definitely Colorful here. I feel like he may be a bit of an IGL in his own right, and Ronaldo's an IGL, and, you know,
Dude,
too many, I can't remember, what's the analogy? Too many cooks spoil the broth?
Too many cooks in one kitchen.
Is that the analogy? Have I made that analogy up?
I believe it's too many cooks in a kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't remember. It sounds right.
It sounds about right. It sounds more colorful, if anything else. And ironically, here we are looking at colorful.
Looking at him, indeed, as I think we are going to try to swap on over here to someone who looks like they are being held on the outside of zone, and they're rotating their way in. This is Lukey and Nico, as they are actually holding someone on the edge of zone. Oh, RPG's coming in, though. That's going to be a little bit bad for them, but it looks like they're managing to just find, other than the RPG coming in and wasting a lot of their match, they've managed to get into zone relatively unscathed.
They have. I'm interested to find out whose picture that is in the bottom left corner. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's a famous person, if that's Nico. Either way, I absolutely love it. RPG, this late game, this close to water, in their situation, it's always going to elicit anxiety. But you know, they've created a bit of distance from themselves, where the RPG is going to be a bit more telegraphed, a bit less of an issue. And they're able to hold that team as they try to get in. 45 seconds till the circle starts to close, till the the storm starts to come in as well. They're gonna hold them.
Gonna hold them indeed, and we'll see if that helps anything for their cause. Because if you look at their mats, it's not the best. In duos, this is a really bad situation to be in. Yes, you do have a lot of brick, and you do have a decent amount of metal. But this wood, you're going to farm it up. You're going to find out you're going to get to about 300. And then you'll be okay, but you just have to take time away from possibly getting impact frags and impact eliminations on people rotating or getting pressure down back on the map. And that, unfortunately, is not where you want to be. You see him now looking at everybody. But again, this could have been time spent looking the entire time. You can't farm that, unfortunately. I think they fixed it to where you can't farm under those. It was causing a little bit of a bug or something. But, you know, hey, they're not in a great spot. They can make it work.
The interesting thing is, I don't think we need the mess right now. If you look at his inventory, what does he have? What does Nico have in his inventory? Is 2 slurfish and 3 floppers. So if we look at that, we break that down as 250 HP. We're not ticking for 10 yet. It would be quite comfortable for him to be able to just lollygag into Storm, pick up mats, pick up extra floppers, pick up extra heals, and just sit in the tails of everybody else and grind the policeman game.
Yeah, it definitely could work. I don't know if I recommend using floppers so early. I think 6 zone is where you really want to use them. We did have a little bit of a robot amplify there, so hoping he's still with us as we move over to Scrade. And I believe Mill is the name right there. Mill Omega, I believe, is that symbol. It's been a long time since I've been in. It is the Omega symbol?
It is indeed.
Oh, wow. Look at me remembering something useful from high school. As we swap over, we do see Scrade and Mill, though, rotating through the backside. Thought they were going to have a hard rotation, but it seems like they're getting a nice, easy rotate into zone. Again, they have decoys. I know people know that you can't use them for mats anymore, but definitely useful on rotations, and someone who's going to have to make a hard rotation is them. But we're going to actually swap away from them again as we move over here to Shift and Flick again. We saw them very early on, and we did not know if they were going to be able to make it out. They've made it out, and now they're holding a player. I think they may have actually picked up the elimination there.
Are you down?
They want to
No,
go
no, no,
get
no,
the
we're not
materials.
gonna
They
get-
want to go get the loot, but they're very
Yeah, we're
conscious
good here.
and conscientious of other people looking at them.
God, we're so smart.
Is it worth the risk? I don't know. Their position in the game at the moment, their favorable position, they have an okay amount of mats. You know, they have an okay amount of ammo. Do they need what's over there? It would be great help to them, but considering they're already in circle, they're near water if they want to have a sort of like lazy rotate / covered rotate a little bit. I don't think they need to go for it, but the temptation is there to go get the loot that you earned by eliminating someone, right?
Oh, it is 100% there. Let me tell you, when you elim someone in this game, you 100% want to go get all the loot that you can. You want to be a little loot goblin and munch it all up. But there comes a point. Oh my God! Did he just get? Is that a double heavy?
I think it was a double heavy from 243 meters.
Can
we get a replay?
Yeah, can someone clip
that, please?
We need a clip, please, in the chat. We need a replay. I was not too sure exactly what happened there, but
Okay, we're good.
Go into this stream, we get the clip as well. I'd love to hear that reaction. Oh, and here's the push.
But now they're getting pushed, yeah, and unfortunately, it may even be a different team. Shots coming through, they're hitting, but not for a lot. Anonymous taking him down. He does have a flopper and midi, so he can pop him here. He's going to get coned off, though. Player's going to go on the other side. They're going to try to pinch him. Nice layer change here from Shift, but he pops the wrong thing. He needs to pop those shields so he can get back up to 108 effective. His teammate Flicks going down there. Dice is going to be the one that takes him on out. Unfortunately, that snipe led to a very, 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 very unfortunate push there by them. And like I talked about, Storm Surge, half in, half out. Here we are. It's going to be a thing. And if you are below, welcome to where nobody wants to be, and it's going to be very, very hard to get above.
It is situating yourself immediately between a rock and a hard place. I feel a little bit bad for Flick there. You saw him miss one or two edits. Perhaps it's a a networking issue. We've swapped over here to, I believe this is Roman. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
Who's only 2 points above threshold with 5 more people needing to drop. 34 now. He's made it a little bit more secure for himself, taking a bit of damage as well. Red Nose Raiders. Love this skin. Not even Christmas, but it's a timeless skin. 51 players now. We're only 1 away in this first half in, half out.
We're in again.
It's looking.
Come here.
This is looking a lot more passive than we've seen in previous.
Is this our build?
Previous
Oh, that's
Toronto
not ours.
Rivals events.
That flat's not ours there, yo.
Yes, it is indeed, and we see a lot of players now falling on rotation, and that's due to that Storm Surge indicator being a little bit scary for some of these players. Not a lot of these players, like Colorful and Ronaldo, have experienced Storm Surge indicators time and time and again in SAC Customs, so I know Open Customs sometimes have them there if you get the zone rule ones, but it's been a hot minute since I've seen these in any other mode, so if they're not screaming up, they're not playing as stacked in customers they should be, or they want to be, right? They're not going to be experiencing this. So we'll keep our eye now. 46 players are remaining as snipes are going out. A lot of players going down. Dice is going to take down another one. Nick Cool going to get eliminated there. I believe Texture taking him on out, or Texture. Don't exactly know how perfectly to pronounce that, but 44 players remaining as we're moving into moving zone. I'm going to guess that it's going to go straight north. Amplify, you got any guesses?
I would love to see it go over the water. However, I'd like to see it go southwest and go up a mountain.
Ooh, up a mountain call here by Amplify. We're going to stay on board here with Roman. It's going to go south up a mountain, and you are correct. They're going to have a very hard time as they are all the way on the back side of it, as we're going to move over here to see what Nevify and his teammate are able to do as they are rotating through the low ground. Oh, I hit the wrong button too many different times there. But Nevify and Tilo looking good on the low ground. A controller scrimbo looking to pop off here today. We'll see Launchpad as well. Definitely something that a lot of players now get to reacquaint themselves with in rotation.
It's great because we haven't seen for a whole season any sort of mobility rotations. Memeing with the boat being an exception. Jump heads and community jump heads, which is a term for new players who don't know. When somebody like this places a jump head and somebody else waiting a bit further behind them, hoping that they had a jump head, gets to use it as well.
Sorry about that. We swapped over. We cut it off just a little bit. Colorful is in a very bad situation and could use a community launch pad there if he could get one. He does have floppers though, like Ronaldo's talking about. Didn't mean to switch that abruptly. Forgot there was no like transition or anything, but we do see a nice rotation here for him. You hear grapplers going off as well, so somebody has that gun. Amplify one shot to Colorful will eliminate him now that he's taken zone damage down to 11 HP. Being a little rat here through the builds. He doesn't own that wall, but he does have minis. He's also got that drum gun shot coming through. Nice damage. He is going to get T-Low, and it ties in perfectly. Needs to get the finish. He does have floppers there as well. Does need to pop it immediately. I don't think he's going to be able to get out. Too laggy to get out of zone, and I think that might be him eliminated. Oh no, he's gonna find, he's gonna get in, he finds shots. Colorful trying to spin everything he can to get up the mountain, and I think he might just be able to get it 1 HP in a dream. He's got shields, he's got the ability to do it. He's a World Cup qualifier. I know it was a long time ago, but it still took a lot of skill to get there. Will he show some of that today? He's got the drum gun out, going for this shot, and he's going to get eliminated as I swap us over here to Spooky Addison and his duo. We talked about them in 18 players remaining here. They have 3 elimination. They are not looking healthy at all, trying to make their way on through. We'll keep our eyes. I believe YOLO and Dice is on the high ground right now. Acrean going down. Addison's got a player right on top of him, and he goes down. We do have YOLO's perspective there in the end game. Let me put it on here for you guys. Boom, have it. Look at that, losing high ground there. YOLO teammate Dice is going down just not that long ago, and you see the grappler coming on through. He's got no builds remaining. If he keeps going up this mountain, he's gonna go down. As you see the grappler being used very effectively here for whomever is left alive as he gets eliminated. That is, I believe, all the perspectives I have here. So we'll see if we can stay on board here with Joey 2C. Joey 2C, I believe, just picked up the elimination and the victory round. He did. Texture going on down. Joey 2C picking up the victory. Ooh, in a very, very, you know, unfavorable fashion.
I can tell you with absolute certainty that I haven't held my breath that much in an endgame in so long. Just watching Colorful masterfully get himself out on 1 HP. That 1 HP for everybody watching is the margin between a player that can make endgame rotations and get things working and come from nowhere and the rest of us. That 1 HP is that margin.
Oh yeah. That's, you know, that little second, right? Because it's a second. It is a 1 second in the zone. You're able to get out, not panic, and pop off. And that's what we saw Colorful almost do. And he almost popped off. He was so
Absolute
close.
play of the tournament. Absolute play of everything right now. That is the play of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever else happens today, well, we have a few more games, and Colorful's still playing. So, a chance to prove that he's better than that as well. Can he? Imagine reclaiming high ground and then going on to win the game. Colorful, I challenge you.
Ooh, calling him out. Now, of course, I know everybody wants their leaderboards. Again, we will get those updated very, very soon. We are using Mayhem, so that's going to be updated very efficiently. Of course, what Mayhem does is it tracks the elims first as the game is going on, and then once the game is over, it goes through and does the placement. So give it a chance to breathe. Give us a chance to breathe. As you know, we were talking a lot. But no, it'll be updated here very, very soon. But obviously, going to be on top. Joey 2C, not a player I'm familiar with right now. But obviously, now after that, I may need to get familiar with Mr. Joey 2C or Mrs. We're not here to assume any genders.
Or, in fact, any gender at all.
Exactly.
This is why I love watching tournaments like this. This is why I love being involved in tournaments like this. Is I discover people. You know, Joey 2C played great at the end there. Did you see how long he hung up in Storm? And then still managed to pull out the victory. There was another player who was a little bit more in Storm than him as well. People are definitely still going for the flopper game, which, as you know, Clay, we have a personal relationships with floppers and trying to win games. I love that strategy. But that mountain climb and the grappler, that was just too much. And I feel like the person with the grappler threw their game by looking, by peeking, by trying to get that elimination. They, with a little bit more time, a little bit more perhaps exposure, a little bit more experience, they would have realized that the player underneath them didn't have any builds left. And they have the ultimate mobility item in the game. If anything, it's too powerful because it has infinite uses and no cooldown.
Yeah, I agree. Who's the boomer on the right? That's Amplify right there. Come on, come on. You can read. It's right underneath him. You see, look at that. Amplify, 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 amplify. Play Staley? No, I'm kidding. That's me. But no, but he's right. I think you if you over peak there with the grappler, then it's you're just making a mistake.
Absolutely. But again, you mentioned it. Some of these players may have less exposure with things like Storm Surge, with things like these very populated rotations. Perhaps not knowing what to do in that particular situation, perhaps not knowing that they didn't have to shoot, perhaps not having the instinct to need to shoot. It goes back to my boomer versus zoomer philosophy, where zoomers will deal half a center damage and they will charge with 1 HP, and boomers will be like, we're smarter than this. We're going to disengage. We're going to rotate. We definitely saw that behavior in that last game. I'd be interested to find who that was with the grappler and to see if they're under 17 years old or not, because chances are they probably are.
Hey, you never know. You never know. That's the best thing about Fortnite is that anybody of all ages can play and pop off and have fun and do well. And that is why Fortnite is the way it is and why we love it and the way it'll continue to be and hopefully continue to grow into something amazing. We see maybe franchising coming, a couple years later, 5 years later from now, or get some there's big ideas, right? There's big ideas. I have a lot for Fortnite. I really hope they just they keep doing what they're doing. Obviously, everyone has their critiques. C4, heavy snipers, mythic weapons, aim assist.
The PLE
they're doing their best, right? They're doing their best.
I trust that Epic Games will be able to capitalize on Fortnite further than they have. Clearly, they capitalized the merchandise market. Their esports scene is incredible because it is the most open professional scene in the world. It's not like Counter-Strike where you play in I think it's called the FPL. You play in FPL and then you get picked up by a minor team and show off there, and then you get picked up by a bigger team. In Fortnite, as long as you are good and you are consistent, you will be recognized for that hard work. That's just how it works. And I love that open feel, but I would love the idea of franchising. I'd love the idea of there being a Fortnite Pro League that is invite only for particular teams that are bought in, or invite only for players over X amount of weeks. I think it'd just be fantastic to see something like that.
That would be interesting to see as well. I believe we got 80 players loaded on up. They are I believe we're going to try to get as many games as we can in between now and a time that I forget. I believe 9 p.m. Eastern, so 8. So we usually get about 6 or 7 or 8 games in, I think.
Between 5 and 8, depending on. If you assume half an hour per game plus times in between, it's going to look between 5 and 6 today, I think.
There you go. Exactly. So we'll probably get 6 for sure. I think 7, 8, maybe extra. The standings are in Mayhem if you want to see them, but they are not updated just yet. I am waiting to show you guys the standings so I can get those to you guys. Again, we have to wait. Mayhem takes a little bit to update. So if you're looking for it, the scoring is going to be Victory Royale gets 10 points. If you're second to third, you get 7 points. 4th to 7th, you get 5 points. 8th to 12th, you get 3 points. 1 point per elimination. You have to get to that top 12 to be able to earn points. Now, realistically, that is about, I would say, 18 or 19 players left in the lobby, maybe even sometimes 17. So that will be what you're looking for. You'll start to see the points start to pop up. I don't know if we'll actually have the leaderboard in time for the actual game, on Mayhem's end, but I'll try to pop it on in there graphics wise so you guys can see it before we get too deep into the match. But that being said, I want to see who is dropping where, and I think we may hop on board here with them, because I believe that there may be, actually there was some contention happening, but it seems like they have all switched off their drops, and we are going to hop on board here with a team that did not make it into the first game. This is Nil and Aqua, I believe, is the shorthand for their name.
Aqua for assault, nil. Let's go, let's go. 80 players have made it in total. Looks like they're landing at the houses just down from my current drop spot, which is the radio station. Land aside, hit the dumpster, go straight in, pick up a weapon, shoot the guy down there, take the loot from down the bottom. Interesting now that the henchmen don't drop mats if that drop will be as viable, but we're at a spot that's been viable as an outside drop with plenty of loot. But in this instance, they're getting challenged and getting sniped at.
I got hit once.
Yeah, getting challenged indeed. They do get tagged on up. Nil here does have luckily a campfire spawn here.
Campfire in the
I'm
roof?
very confused about this. Godly going down there. I believe that is Pennywinny's partner there. Aqua here, she is trying to help out her teammate right now by getting support, getting mats, getting as much as anybody can do to support your teammate while they're healing up. But really nothing you can do other than wait and get mats, get ammo, bring them stuff. And that's exactly what everyone does, right? You're healing up as a teammate. Your teammate's like, hey, I need stuff. You're like, don't worry, I got you. I looted for you. And you see that load out. Honestly, looking really good. I might start having to start drop here.
This is a great spot to drop. I've dropped here a few times. This is my secondary drop. The radio station is taken. If somebody's going here, I just land straight on the slurp truck. That's another thing to be aware of here. These players are on the north of them. They can take the fight early. They can see how they do. You know, collectively they're on 250 HP. The other guys, could they be on 100 each? Could they be 200, 200? We don't know. What we do know is just to the south of them, behind this, is the slurp truck. Perhaps getting to that, fighting from there, that could be a better option for them. It's a great option, I think, especially with the beach nearby. You could rotate to there afterwards and then use the power plant. I forget the name of the power plant. Steamy Stacks? Steamy Stacks, right? Kevolution's Stevie Stacks. Jeez, I am not on it tonight apparently with my names. But it's a great rotation. It's a great part of the map. And a lot of the new movement, shall we say, the porta potty transporters, teleporters, the Get Smart-esque pipes, I don't know. They're great around here. So there's a few of them. There's a few at the bus stop that'll take you straight just outside the base. Great rotation to get the slurp truck and then get to this spot for loot, rotate away.
And speaking of rotating away, we're going to move over to Ryan Claire, who does not have any audio here for us, Nate and Ryan, as they're looking to get some action in Craggy Cliffs being landed on. They already got some damage off. They haven't actually taken any damage themselves, even though they're playing very defensive with their builds here. You think they would have taken a lot of damage there. Someone going to take the floor above them, though, and a nice edit out. Very good to separate boxes there. You don't want to be standing in the same box to do it. It just makes it so much easier to eliminate you. Everybody knows this is a very basic Fortnite action right now. But the question is, who gets the first shot? Who's going to make the first mistake? Craggy is far away. And with zone closing in 4 minutes, you have that extra timer. Claire going to go ahead and go into the box. He's going to find a nice angle. But now he's going to get sprayed out from above. And he accidentally edits the wrong thing. Luckily enough, he's able to build to protect himself being sprayed from above. And there's the first sign of damage onto him and Ryan. They need to be able to pop this big shield. Edit's coming on through. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it off. He does have time to pop the big shield. We'll see if anything comes on through. But seemingly this fight just a back and forth game of them losing a lot of mats and HP.
Not much mats left at all. Only 2 more mats left for Nate. Ryan has gone down. Edit above him. Hits a shotgun shot. Hits for white. There's going to be a knock there on Lukey. Doesn't manage to get the full elim. Unfortunately, Lukey will survive, get revived by his teammate. And the Clear twins go down. Unlucky. Not enough mats when they were on the back end of a box fight. Goes down to 2 pink soccer players.
And speaking of players going down, Nil just went down, and so now Aqua, she's trying to clutch it up here for the team. We'll see if she's able to do it. No mats. She does have enough HP to hit a couple tack shots here with the green tactical shotgun. Has got a chance, really. Shots coming through. 52 shield, though. Doesn't take off enough damage. She does deal a lot there. You heard her say there's no way. And unfortunately, they're not going to be the fight that she wanted to take in her favor. We do have another fight actually happening as we swap over here, moving over to Nick Cool, whose teammate Brad is unfortunately already down as he falls down as well. HMY taking him on down with a nice side jump elimination.
HMY going to be very grateful there that he was gifted a gold heavy sniper, a new addition to the game with chapter. Heavy snipers are back, and they seem to be a little bit more common than they ever have been. We saw a beautiful double heavy snipe in the first game. Massive impact on the current meta, especially with respect to box fighting, getting in people's boxes. The trap isn't a consequence anymore, so the heavy snipes have greater value, I think, than they ever had in this game.
I have the weirdest opinion on snipers that I don't think a lot of people think is very competitive of me to have. I actually don't mind heavy snipers in the game, and I think that if you get heavy sniped and double heavy sniped, it is your own fault for not being as aware and moving as much.
If there's a common theme on my stream, it's that I get upset because I get sniped. But every time I get sniped, it's because I haven't covered myself and I'm over peeking to try and get myself an elimination. I don't mind heavy snipers in the game. I don't mind that utility. I don't mind the one shooting a wall. I genuinely enjoy seeing them in the game because they do require skill, they require aim, and they require a little bit of prediction in order to get a shot off, especially for a double snipe to just line up on somebody perfectly. And there's so many mechanisms to get over 150 HP for a body in this meta at the moment. I think a few more heals, maybe the slip cans, I can't remember what they were called anymore, oh my goodness, but maybe them coming back would balance the heavy sniper out. But the heavy sniper better to use than it ever has been for pressure, for distance, for close range.
Yeah, I definitely think it has its advantages, it has its disadvantages, and I know everyone hates it, loves it. It's a very polarizing topic, but it's a Fortnite. I mean, it's a Fortnite. It's a battle royale inherently with RNG. Unfortunately, not everything is going to be 100% fair and competitive. It's just not a thing. It is literally not a battle royale. Then it's Halo. Once it becomes 100% fair and you know where everything is on the map, that's just not a battle royale. So with the RNG, with the way this game is played, heavy snipers, in my opinion, do belong. I do think they do need a little changes. Obviously, I'd like the body shot to be a little less, right? But
149.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'd say 101 or 100 is fine. Just do a less damage. Still have the headshot multiplier of a headshot. Still break the wall there. But, same thing. Just do a little less on the body shot. I think it'd be more balanced. And then I think people would stop complaining as much as we move over to Colorful and Ronaldo, who, again, loadout for landing agency looks really freaking good.
Shut the fuck up.
The agency, I believe, is the part of the map with the highest concentrate of premium loot, which is those new chests and the vaults, existing chests, and a variety of mets to pick up from as well. Trying to line up snipes and shots here. Managed to do 50 blue to that player. Just going back quickly to the idea of RNG and loot in this game, I feel like we're in the most stable place for competitive than we ever have been. They've made a conscious decision last season to allow two different kinds of loot, to allow a competitive loot pool and a social loot pool. I think that's the future for the loot pool in this. Is Ronaldo, Colorful, they're disengaging. They see two teams. They're like, we're not going to get pinched here. We're not going to be in the middle. Heck, we might not even third party. We care more about the late game. We have a little bit of damage in. We're going to be super fine when it comes down to the Storm Surge. If that hits again, only 62 players left. Might happen. Might not happen. And they're going into the place of the map where they can get the most shield, the most heals, the quickest, just by destroying a few barrels.
Ooh, Slurpee Swamp, one of the best. They are looking good overall, and they have the skill to be able to place near the top. Now, I do believe I have a picture of the leaderboard. I'm going to try to put it up here while we're swapping around between different sections of everything and everyone. As we see 62 players again, there's going to be some action that we just can't cover because we don't have players streaming it, or we don't have just perspectives of it from people getting elimed or something happened or another. So my apologies. Sometimes we will just miss action. So I hope everyone understands. Hope you're all awesome and amazing. Like I know you guys are. But we're going to swap over here to Spooky Addison. in a moment, right before I just make sure I have everything. But like if I talked about the agency, just so stupid amazing. It just really is. I think it's one of the more broken POIs there, especially with the drum gun. It's just so I don't know.
And
It's just so OP.
The drum gun, the minigun, C4. There's so much reward for spam at the moment. It's fascinating to me. It's going to be fascinating to see how the leaderboard looks after game one as well. You know, we only got a little bit of an insight into some people's rotations. We definitely heard the with the harpoon gun, another harpoon, sorry, the grappler gun, and you know we heard the drum gun at some point as well. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if Ronaldo currently has the drum gun or if he's even bothered picking it up, but I know that most players have decided to drop their assault rifles to go just purely drum gun for late game. It's a really interesting tactic, and we're dropping over here now. It looks like Noisy's down. AZ double N, don't know how to say that. I do apologize. Center a circle, but he doesn't have a teammate anymore. He's by himself. He's hiding in metal. And his metal is getting pressured, Clay. What do you do in this situation? Do you have to panic, right?
I mean, you put a trap down, but there's no longer any traps in the game. In a bad spot, getting sprayed by everyone. Not going to be able to stay alive. Aang, the alpaca, being the one to take him on down. Unfortunate there to go down. You heard him just mad. You hear him just mad. You hear him say these people are brain dead. Unfortunately, with where they were positioned in zone, it was just a very easy elim to come on through. As we swap over here, Addison and his teammate are in a fight. As we move over, we'll see Acreon going to get the elimination. Addison deciding, hey, I'm going to push by myself. I'm going to be very aggressive. Is going to get that player whited. Now we'll see if he's able to get the C4 on through. Double C4 coming through. That's going to be more damage off that player continuing to move. Shots now going to connect. Whited again. This should be another elimination. A C4 coming on through. That's going to be Acreon taking down a player. And they're not going to be happy about the C4 usage for sure.
I adore C4. Ever since C4 has been in the game, I have adored it. I enjoy using it. It's fun. The best way to use it, in my experience, is to throw one, let it land, throw a second. As it's about to land, you explode the first one, then they explode in sequence and deal, as you saw in that instance, 66 blue damage to, sorry, 66 damage to the player. A bunch of medkits, a few slurpees. Oh, they're actually throwing the medkits.
Oh my god, I just heard that.
Now that is something I haven't seen people doing competitive yet, is throw the heal items. A new feature added with the new season. That's absolutely brilliant. Let's be honest. Look at this. This is absolutely brilliant. This is using every option in the game to your advantage. This is using every feature in the game to achieve what you need to achieve. Okay, he could only throw the one medkit, but that one medkit's going to have much greater impact if he can hold on to the slurpfish without using any of his floppers.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's honestly a very good thing that I did not think of. As we move over here to YOLO and Dices, who are on the opposite side of that zone, right? They are in a interesting spot. Again, that honestly, very, very good point there. But by throwing the medkits, very, very smart. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pop up the leaderboard here for you guys, so you guys can see it without me leaking anything. Hopefully, everything did not get leaked, and we'll show you guys. Boom, it should pop up there on your screen, right there in the top left. You do see Joey C in first there with 16 points. Dices and Canadian YOLO in second, who we're watching right now. That's 11 points. Sharkman and Texture with 11 points as well. Addison and Acreon in fourth with 10 points. Cash the Beast and Belbowl with 10 points as well. B-Bull, that makes more sense. Straw Hat Charlie in 10-bit and 9 points, 6th place. 7th place is Winver and his teammate Nate Claire and Ryan Claire. In 8th place, Nick Cool and Brett in 9th. And that's all, unfortunately, I could fit on a screenshot there. But they are looking.
Like to see. Good job, Clay. You did that without leaking. I'm so freaking proud of you.
You know, I have a history of leaking invites to things that I shouldn't. But we're gonna hop on over here to Boa and his teammate. As it seems like they're in a little bit of an engagement. Seems like no, they just. I think it looked like they were in an engagement, but I guess now they're not.
It looked like they were getting pressured. They definitely keep an eye on that Southern team. It definitely feels like they were editing to move themselves away, and they're getting a bit aggressive now. Perhaps they want this revenge. Perhaps they're like, you know what? Nah, I don't accept that you guys took shots at us. I don't accept that you guys got my boy Benji down a little bit HP. How about you enjoy some adorable C4 delivery, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go. And no damage. GG's.
No damage indeed. Unfortunate there that they didn't get any tags for their game. But look at this zone. Half of this zone is over the edge of water.
Do you know what
And
I call these zones?
I hate your zones.
I call them yin yang zones because they've always reminded me of yin yang.
Oh, that's a,
When they're
good
half in
reference.
the water, half out. I think everybody'd rather be on the land than the water. But I'm the kind of person that loves. Like I was the kind of horrible person where season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I loved Loot Lake endings.
Oh God, not you.
I love steamy stacks endings. I like endings to be in the least comfortable part possible because it shows the complete adaptability of the players in the game. 53 players left. All of them will be situated on land, and so much is water. This is going to be interesting. It's really going to push players and show how adaptive they can be to changes in the landscape of the map.
That sounds utterly terrible. And speaking of players that are definitely adaptable, we're moving over here to Colorful and Ronaldo, who are on this side of zone, and you see it continuing to pull half in, half on water. And we'll see. Earlier, they were using their shotgun to try to break walls. Joey 2C just picked up an elimination as well. You hear Ronaldo talk about the lag. Unfortunately, there with this season, we've seen a lot of lag in customs, and I think that is due to C4. We do see Acreon going to pick up an elimination. That was Addison and his teammate there looking to pick up some more here. Shots come through. The spray coming from Ronaldo and Colorful looking really good. Is zone now going to start to move? This team is in zone, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to stay alive for much longer.
It doesn't look like it. The pressure that's coming in on them now is phenomenal. Look at the heals. Well, that's terrifying. If anybody else is aware of that, they're not going to be. Ronaldo feel like he's in a very difficult place at the moment. I wonder if his strategy going away from the agency is to farm actively next to Lonely Lodge or whatever it's called now, the Wailing Woods, Weeping Woods, the lodge in Weeping Woods. And just putting pressure in just to force the players to waste their metal. Phenomenal. He recognizes how much ammo he has in his shotgun. And he's like, I can be the biggest inconvenience in the world and force you to use 10 meds per shotgun shell. 80 shots later, they have no meds left.
Can we grab that though?
Oh, there is some great loot down there as well. It'd be interesting if either of them have a harpoon. It doesn't appear so. Otherwise, they'd have restocked themselves on so much stuff at the moment. They can go for it. It is in circle, but the threat of other players, everybody's just saw that guy go down. He's going to be in people's eye lines. He's going to be in people's sights. There are people tunneling for it, and this is what would have happened if he...
Yeah, as we swap away from that, we'll move over here to Nevify and Tilo. For some reason, I could not figure out that man's name for my life of me.
They've lowered the scaling of their on-game.
Yeah, I don't know how they see anything in their inventory with those. It must be zoomer eyes as, oh, Tilo gonna get edited on, and it's gonna be Colorful that takes him on down. And that is, I think, maybe a little bit of a caster curse there. As you know, we swap off of Colorful right on to Tilo and Nevify. Now gonna be able to find a big shield pop. Yes, he will get it in time. And you see him getting zone is looking very, very good here for them. But again, down a player with only 354 total mats, something has to happen.
Something does have to happen. Nevify needs to clutch here. 40 players remaining, him against 39. It's not the most uncomebackable from situation. Just invented a new term there. Hope everybody enjoys that one. He's got some good weapons for it. He's got attack. In these late game situations, with this lag, with this many people, I feel like having the rapid fires as other people get dinked is more valuable for you to get more damage on a variety of opponents than a one-shot kill. He also has some grenades in his inventory, so if he can mark up 65 meters here, especially as people are trying to rotate in, it could lead to him getting his HP back up to full 200 and 1 or 2 fewer players against him and 1 or 2 more points in his favor.
Yeah, and we'll see if he's able to do it. Is in zone, like you heard his teammate talk about. Luckily enough, able to get in. I'm going to move us over here to SXD Roman as he just got into zone. We'll see what him and his teammate, I believe Porce, or maybe Pork. I believe Porce is the name that I see there. Acreon going to pick up another elimination there as we see them. And in the elimination feed, time and time and again, Question is, Roman and them, are they going to be able to survive this onslaught of RPG? Because they're on edge of zone. When you're on edge of zone as a duo, everyone's going to focus you. But in their mat count, this is not looking good overall, I'd say, for them.
We don't see what his teammate has, but it doesn't look good. You'd feel like at this point they've done a split already, so perhaps this is the split. Perhaps this is pretty much what they have left. Only one player has dropped since the last time we analyzed the total amount of players left as we were looking back at Neverfy. Some beautiful dinks coming in, 33 blue. It's definitely players above them. There's a lot of visibility, these two players right now. There's visibility to people they're all shooting at. And look how far they have to rotate. No mobility. They're going to be hoping for a community jump pad. They're going to be hoping to be able to tunnel in just a little bit more without taking too much damage. Only blue heals left. It's going to be a tough position for them, but they look like they got their way. They look like they're getting in. They look like they're moving. It looks like they're getting themselves in the position they need to get in.
Looking like that indeed. Is we're going to swap away from them for a time being and hop over to Metasify, whose teammate is alive this time. Mr. Heat plays in him. Looking good as they're rotating in. Honestly, I was watching Metasify rotate in, and he rotates better on controllers than I do on PC. He's got a player in his box too. And they're going to take down YOLO, who was in second place there. Now, we do have his teammate Dice is still up. Colorful ID, do believe, went down with Ronaldo there earlier. Yeah, Dice is the last remaining member there for YOLO. Shots coming on through, though. Metasify taking a lot of damage there, getting caught away from his teammate, and now has to pop some shields. We'll keep our eyes and see if there's anything that he can do here and put it back in his favor, because it does not look like much is going for it. As we see just a lot of mass loss. Yes, he's got shield. Yes, he's got, you know, shield his inventory, but that one build call out there is very, very worrisome for him. As you see, zone, unfortunately for everybody else in the lobby, it's going back and in their favor. We see Edis coming on through as well. Someone's going to take the wall behind him, and a nice recognition there for them. SXC Roman just pops off and gets three different eliminations there in the elimination feed. May have just been 2 and a knock, but this is a very easy rotate here for Metasify as Acreon popping off. We're going to swap over there to Sweetie Addison and them. Yeah, we're going to swap over. Seems like that not going to be elimination. Addison and Acreon popping off, sitting on 5 eliminations right now as a duo. That is looking really, really good. We'll keep our eyes here if they're able to pick up this another elimination coming on through. Acreon looking good here. Addison looking to take high ground. You hear the call out being made. We're second height. We want to get out. Someone underneath him. Acreon getting a nice damage tag on him, and he's just W-keying. You see him. The knock going to come on through as they need to keep going through. There's a flick by Addison, and zone is going back, and it's Metasify going down. I gotta stop doing this to them, because every time I swap away, someone on that team gets eliminated. And Addison looked very, very good there with that flick coming around. Oh, what a shot as we'll see him and Acreon got another player in his box. There's going to be an elimination come through. C4 coming down. You hear him not happy with it. Shots coming through as well. He's got the minigun shot. Oh, no. The drum gun not even going to be a factor there as he goes down. You hear him not happy about that. As we move over here to Assault Nico, he is alive. Down on the low ground, 18 players remaining. He's got 5 elims there. Unfortunately, I was a little bit behind on the stream, so we're going to pause him. Pause it real quickly there for you guys. 9 players remaining. He himself has every elim for his team. 5 elims here for him. He's got 3 floppers as well. He's got a lot of mats. He can make flopper plays, and you see him being comfortable enough to get in the zone and do that. He used to pop the flop, being very open with this flopper pop. Mr. Bombtastic going down there to Neko. Shots gonna come through. He's gonna finish him on off. Does have a minigun player right below, but a nice stare. Gonna protect that player. Very easy rotate here from Nico as we see nothing happening here right now. Just waiting. Reload coming through. He's got the minigun out and he's gonna pull it out. Shots gonna come through, but this is too close quarters of a fight to have a minigun in the end game. Unless you're on high ground, I don't see it happening. Is it now 2 players going down anonymously in the zone? We'll see if Nico is able to make something happen. He's still got a lot of builds. RPG coming out, sending it up to high ground. Maybe he can make a challenge for it. He doesn't own the wall. Nice wall take there. Not going to hit that pump shot. Maybe he would have hit it if it was attacked there. Again, 2 floppers remaining. He's got a lot of match shots coming through. He's going to get the 1 pump there. Nico's getting a 1v1 scenario with 7 eliminations. We'll see if he's able to pick it on up here. RPG reloaded. He's got a lot of match floppers as well. Going into zone, just going to take the high ground just like that. He's got it. Gonna pop a flop and now reset the fight. Reload the RPG. This player's got to come up to you. And a nice shot, 110 to the head. Re-edits that first shot. He misses the SMG spray. Too much, but he picks it up anyway. For the victory, he picks up an 8 elimination one.
Let's go,
And you
dude.
hear him scream, I'm so good. And honestly, it just showed right there.
No fucking way,
Do you
bro.
doubt it? I don't doubt it after that display. Amazing display. Great use of RPG, especially when you're feeling a little bit of lag end game. We all feel it. No matter what system we're on, we feel it. Hits that RPG, close range, does no damage to himself. I think that to me is the most important thing, is that he had that level of control. He knew exactly where his cursor needed to be to not deal any damage to himself and to deal maximum damage to his surroundings, to the environment. Let him take the high ground again. I thought he was going to go for the minigun play, just like you alluded to. Didn't need it. 110 with a pump, followed by a quick add into another shot. Beautiful. Beautiful way to end the game. Great way to end the game. Showed great situational awareness. Showed great control of a volatile weapon like an RPG. And it takes the other player out in a very classic, clean way.
Classic, clean way. Indeed, as we wait for that leaderboard to be updated, I will get it to you guys here very, very soon. But I want to ask, what are your thoughts on how... I forgot my question. Oh my god. Wow, pro commentator skills right here.
Clay gets distracted when eating, guys. Don't worry. It happens to me as well. You put a little bit of food or cake in front of me. I tell people
Whoa,
at work all the time,
listen,
I
listen,
work
listen. There's a cough drop, okay? There's a cough drop.
Is
Right?
it cough drops?
Yeah. I gotta soothe my throat there. All right, look.
What cough drops? What are they called in the US?
Cough drops.
Yeah, but what is the brand?
Cough drops.
Oh my goodness. Walgreens, okay. Do you know what those are
Cough
called
drop.
in the UK?
What?
Would you like to know what those are called in the UK? They're called tunes.
Oh,
Like-
no.
like a
I
musical
regret
tune.
asking. I regret asking. But a very good game nonetheless. We saw Ronaldo unfortunately go down, so Colorful had to play by himself. We didn't get to see much of that. We saw Addison and his teammate pop off and get a lot of elims. You heard him not happy with their placement of 8th there, but honestly, getting those placement points there in a spot where, you know, not a lot of people do. Again, 8th place gonna get you. Oh, he was almost on that 2 extra points there, and I think that's why he was a little bit mad about that, if you will. But we'll see if Addison and them make their way to the top of the leaderboard, because as far as, elims wise, I definitely think they have the most. I think looking at Mayhem right now, they have the most elims with 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's definitely not far away from that Royale Flush area, especially after 2 games. It's going to be interesting to see who's dropped off the leaderboard and who's climbed up in this last one as well. We definitely saw more names in the late game last round, different names than the first round. So I'm expecting to see a few fluctuations. We're going to obviously see the same few names on there that we did in the first round, especially the higher placed ones that we saw. But yeah, we're gonna see some people come out of the woodwork here and place themselves in that top 10.
We will keep our eyes open there as Amplify keeps his eyes open for Discord as we wait to see what everyone is doing. Obviously, they're getting into the games. Obviously, everyone getting ready on up. We appreciate you guys hanging on out with us. We did actually, Nico, we did see your pop-off. We casted your victory royale from your perspective as well. Congratulations there with your victory. This is going to be game number 3, Apex Waffle. So, you're hopping in towards the end. It's all right. Thanks for stopping back by. Again, if you're brand new here, make sure you check out Toronto Fortnite on all their social medias. You can find it all linked down below there in the Twitter. You enjoy the Discord. You can send them an email. You check out their Facebook and their Instagram as well, all down below. Click the little panel, show it, boom, boom, bang. Underneath Amplify is his social medias right there. Amplify underscore, and Amplify. Mine, all Clay Sailing on everything. You can show us love as well. We're out here showing all you guys some love by talking about you and showing you some love. Again, shout out to Waves. I know everybody on the Toronto staff, everyone there loves Waves, loves what Waves does for players. I think their slogan is built by gamers for gamers or something. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's their question. Or they're not their question, their
Motto?
motto. There we go. I don't know why I said question. I think it's because I have a question for Amplify. Amplify. Has there been someone that you want to pop off that has not popped off just yet?
The Clear Twins.
Mm.
I respect them very much. They've been quiet so far. We saw some great harmony from them in the first game, as you mentioned at the time. You know, making sure they don't stay in the same 1-by-1 with each other, creating a greater surface area for them to be able to do more. They did get a bit unlucky, you know, losing out on Mets during a box fight is a surefire way to not win that box fight. I think that if they get lucky and craggy next time, or if they swap up their drop, we'll probably see a little bit more of them late game.
Ooh, all right. Good comms there. Indeed, from Amplify. I'm going to say, I want to see, who does Clay want to see? Who does Clay want to see? Let me look through my list of people. I think
that you're going to go with Ronaldo. I feel like you're going to say Ronaldo.
I want to
Because we saw
see
his teammate
OJHN pop off. Just
Okay.
because they were memeing earlier, I want to see them pop off and get a victory. Hey, I'm all for any team that is sitting in boxes waiting.
Oh, Clay.
Yes.
What skin have I been saying for a while that I want to come back into the store? So I
Oh
can
my
buy?
god, Battlehound.
Battlehound's in the store, Clay! Battlehound is in the
God.
store, Clay! Take my 2,000 V-Bucks, Epic Games. I have the skin I want.
I mean, it's not that good of a skin, I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, you shut your mouth.
It's
a beautiful skin.
It's an alright skin, but you know, moving away. We've got 84 players queued on up. Amplify, I'm gonna keep you awake long enough that you forget to buy it before the item shop resets.
Oh, I'm not, dude. No, you know, I'm not. I'll update Fortnite on my phone. Did you know I bought this phone just for the Galaxy skin?
Oh my god, you did
this is
not.
the Note 9. This is the Note 9, and I bought it for the Galaxy skin only. And then that company screwed me over with the contract and charged me an extra $500. True story.
Wow. So
Yeah.
lesson learned: don't buy a phone for the Fortnite skin. As the
No, buy
games are
2
being
phones
started,
for
again, leaderboard is not updated yet. We'll get the updated one for you guys here very, very soon. Of course, it does take a little bit, but we're making sure that Mayhem is working, their staff on the back end to make sure everything is going well. This time around, they're helping out. They're giving their time to you guys. And, you know, I think we got to start with the people that, you know, picked up the Victory Royale last game, Assault Nico and Lukey.
It's going to be interesting for Nico and Lukey. Of course, first place in this tournament is getting
Now we're
200
so ahead with
and
that. I got, like,
100
8
for
kills
second
there.
place as well. These guys, after that win last game, they're going to be feeling 200 buckaroonies richer. I don't know what the conversion rate is between Canadian and US dollars. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but 200 sounds like a good amount of anything to me.
I can't say that.
Yeah, 200 sounds like a really good amount to me. I mean, hey, $200, 200 cars, 200
We're so ahead from fourth though. We're like 5
pizzas.
That's a lot for like these.
Ooh, 200 pizzas. I could go for 200 pizzas right
By
about now.
the way.
I think everybody could.
Okay, so it looks like Lukey is getting challenged. And is this the Clear Twins that are challenging them? I don't know. Beautiful island back there. They could go to just farm, but they're looking for this. So you can see that Nico's tracking right there. He's looking where these other players are landing, but they're going to get the optimal drop. They're going to land and get all of the slurp barrels. Get them both up to a maximum. Get them both up to their maximum HP of 200 while they get to hold on to. Okay, I guess he's using them, and he's instead of using the slip barrels. That's an interesting play. That's not what I would have gone with. What would you have done there, Clay?
I definitely prefer when you land there as a duo together, but it opens you up to a more centralized play style. Now we saw a lot of it happen in Europe with Senskarna and with Zate's team, I believe, landed up here. No, it was Calc, Zexro, Macwood, and Vinny that landed up here. And in A East, and they would all land in this building and then rotate out and then loot up, because there's enough loot in here for everybody to get a weapon, especially in duos. But I think wanting to cover more ground there, and you saw he only hit enough barrels to get to 100 HP. He didn't waste the rest of them there, so his teammates still has the ability to come back and get some. Now going to get shot at. This is the Claire Twins. So they are landing here yet again, as we seen 81 players. So only, I believe, one player going down in the meantime. So this could be, a little bit stacked of a lobby here towards the end game again. Storm Surge, not optimal
Okay, Luke, I'm
for
gonna get
players, but optimal for us because we want to see everybody fight to that nitty gritty. Did I get the last little touch there on the player there with the AR? Did I get it?
Yeah,
And if they didn't, then they got to be aggressive. But
I got the
no aggression coming out of the Claire twins as well as Nico and Lukey right now.
They want to fight. I
So
got Nog.
if the Claire twins aren't aggressing, or if a team aren't aggressing early in this, it indicates one of two things to me. One, they don't have the HP to do it, or two, they don't have the weapons to do it. Because in a situation like this, the team that gets the best weapons first is going to have the most confidence and start pushing. That's happened here with this, with Nico
69
getting
on this kid.
himself the burst. And now
Oh,
he's
so
got a
hard,
pump as
so
well.
hard.
Oh
180,
my
180.
goodness,
Nice,
112
you stick it.
blue
Wait,
shotgun
go.
damage. The
Oh,
other
still
player
on,
starting to come up.
31.
The other Claire,
31 on
30,
this
30,
kid.
32
Where's
going
Walls?
in on the second Claire twin. They're not
Got him.
looking great right now. And they're both down. Good night,
Go on,
Claire
back
twins. And the war scream coming out of Nico. I mean, if that's what he does, if that's how he celebrates, dude, he can
gotta do our emo.
gesticulate as much as he
Did
likes.
you do the party hips? You know?
Moving on over here, away
He's
from that, the
He's
Claire
so weak.
twins going down early again, unfortunately. As we move over here, we do move over to Core and Ossified.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I believe
The pad too fucking.
they are rotating
I'm
out.
dead, Corey.
With
Corey,
a
the name.
controller
Oh.
again.
Protect me, man. You
again,
can't be
another
just fucking behind a bush.
Oh, and look at that. So this is a classic example, chat, of a team who think they can do well together, but the communication, the synergy just isn't there. Perhaps they haven't played with each other enough times. Perhaps they just aren't as familiar with playing with each other as they
It's not gonna work,
used to
kid.
be.
They're
We don't
coming.
know. But there is also
Rest,
controller
rest,
play here. Legacy
rest,
settings
rest.
now going away. There's a lot
Nice
of things to
rest.
think about. Listen to the confusion here. They don't know what to be doing with each other. They don't know who the IGL is. You need to trust whoever's making the calls is
don't have
making
to.
the calls, even if you think it's the wrong one, because a decision is better than no decision in this game.
I'm
It
dead.
is indeed, as we're actually going to swap away from this. Oh, yeah, we're going to swap away here. Had to make a decision as we move over here. This is going to be, I don't know why it's taking, when you're doing these, you don't know why things happen. Like, you don't know why DICE is not able to clutch up there, unfortunately, there. As both teams just got eliminated at exactly the same time. As I swap over here, I hit the wrong buttons there. But, ooh,
No,
unfortunately there, this was Zoo, I believe, taking down this team.
Interesting. The synergy wasn't there in that moment. There was no clear IGL. Just looking at it from a purely analytical standpoint, it
Bro,
goes
we have
back
4
to
games
what I've said
left. Like,
so
why are you
many
so
times
down?
with respect to players, is that you need
you
to
can't be
focus on the
hiding the ball. I
basics of this
triple
game.
dinked him.
The best players in the world know their
You weren't-
basics.
you weren't
They
shooting
know
at
when
him,
to
bro.
communicate.
I
Listen, you can
literally
hear the
looked at your
communication
screen
over
and
in the
you were
background right
hiding
now
in
as
the
well.
back.
There's confusion, there's
Kid,
collision.
help
They're not
me.
having a
I'm
good
going,
time
I'm
with
like,
each
yo,
other.
yo, I look at you and you're just fucking behind a
And-
bush. Like, you
Yeah,
can't-
they're just
We're-
not happy with each other, dude.
You know,
They're
that
just not happy with each other. And communications is a basic that you need to get right. You and your teammate
Okay.
need to understand who has what role, who's
500
doing
brick
what.
to middle.
And we're going over to
Back up,
Aqua.
back up, back up,
Aqua.
we're just gonna go
Okay.
Aqua.
Aqua, yeah.
Aqua and Nil able to make it out of spawn this
Try
time,
not to wait.
choosing, it seems like, to land in a different area,
Yeah,
right? Not
yeah,
at that same
yeah.
spot they got contested. They decided, you know what, hey, we're gonna rotate on out. Looking very good on their loadout, her loadout here. Not a lot of metal. Definitely need to find some more. The shields full here, not looking good. I don't know what Nil has on his perspective, but not looking good over on that. But definitely need to get some more metal. Interesting that they're just gonna sit right here in the
I don't think
open
they're
and
gonna
kind
fight
of
it, to
take
be
the
honest.
heals there. Not too sure, but hey, you know what? If you're able to get a heal off in the open, you're lucky, right? I mean,
I do it just to
You wanna go
force people to
frenzy?
feel cringe and to feel uncomfortable.
Ooh.
They're like, no, build
I
around
can't
you.
hit a shot from you.
No. It's the same reason
Nice,
if I'm
nice,
on
nice. Let's not go
199
frenzy,
HP,
let's
I will
avoid frenzy.
to get that last one.
oh,
I
he
don't know if
got
they're
the
doing it for that
knock.
exact.
So I'm gonna check
He
the
got the
innocent frenzy,
knock.
don't go frenzy behind.
232 meters away, he got a knock.
But they're not pushing it.
No, but we do have perspective there on that fight as we swap over to, this is Scruffy on Twitch here. This teammate, unfortunately, is quality not the best. Again, we're using streams and we're making it work. Oh, you know what? This quality is pretty good. I just forgot to do that again. I am not a production person, but I can produce if I need to. I'm just usually a caster, but we're making it work. We're going to have the best time here, and that's all that truly matters. We'll see if Scruffy is able to have the best time, him and OJHN. Now I talked about them picking up the victory here, but right now, all of a sudden, it is not looking that good. As you see, out of builds. He's actually got 9 builds remaining. Don't know why he's playing like he doesn't have any. He still has shield though, so that team doesn't actually know that he's that weak. They know that they've taken a lot of shields off, but not to him any of his shots. Now cracking him. Yeah, gonna be the one to take him on down. You hear him say it's so stupid. And unfortunately, they were not vibing that fight.
They're not that vibing that fight. Perhaps, you know, there's a little bit of stress when you're playing in any tournament, guys. You will naturally feel stressed. You'll start shaking end game. It's all about practice and repetition.
Try and get
Repetition. Again, as many scrims as possible. Nice little double-edit build fight coming in here. A little bit of damage going in. Clay, I can't see it so well, so you'll have to tell me a little bit more about who we're seeing fight here.
This is Scrade and Mill there, Mill Omega, as Mill going down very, very low on his HP total is gonna completely fall. Wall gonna try to get taken here. Nice edit predicted there by the enemy. The peanut butter peak not being helpful here to Scrade. This enemy is gonna get it. Nice shot there. Is gonna get a lot of damage off, but the cone in the box, the shot coming through. Another big shot. That's gonna be Addison and Acreon that take them on down. Addison finally getting some elimination. He was getting carried like I was with Sampa. I looked at the elims. My man Addison had 2, while Acreon had 12.
You know, as somebody who plays the support role, I can say it's not about the amount of elims, it's about the amount of assists. I keep saying that until somebody finally believes me. Yeah, absolutely. Addison's got 2 elims so far. Now he's clutching up, getting some of the final damage in as well. But duos, guys, it's not about one person getting all the elims and the other person not. It's about how many elims you get together. You can compete with one another. You can compete against each other internally. But in the same way, the teammates compete to be better than one another. You know, when you have that level of synergy, where you can always be the guy who gets the assists, that's where you need to be. Looks like we're on 2OP TV. I love this guy on Twitter, dude, because he always asks, "Hey, what class you guys in right now?" And I always reply, "I'm 29. I'm in work. Leave me alone."
All right, Boomer. Okay, Boomer. I don't like saying all right, Boomer. More like okay, Boomer. We do see Nick Cole gonna take down Roman and his teammate there, and both a swift elimination. As we again are on 2OP TV. 59 players remaining, so a decent lobby right now. Coming on through Toronto, showing up right now. We'll see how it.
I like that jersey in the background. I can't wait for mine to arrive. Clay.
I don't do jerseys; they're too tight.
I often wear football, soccer jerseys, so I'm kind of used to.
Oh, it's a good old
like
football, soccer jersey. You know, new sport, chat. It's American football combined with soccer. Football, soccer.
All the best parts of American football combined with soccer. So we're getting 15 minutes of ads every 10 seconds, and when those 10 seconds are happening, everybody's just rolling around in fake paint on the ground.
But think about it, soccer where you could hit the other player.
It's called Gaelic football. It exists. So does Aussie rules football and rugby. They all exist already. Like.
Well, we'll come up with something else as we move over here. This is Addison and Acreon as they're being aggressive onto another player. You hear the knock player there. Addison gonna get the elimination. He's gonna get both of them. As Addison heard us talking about him and said, you know what? I gotta show up and get some kills there.
Yeah.
He's got 4 elimination. Acreon kind of surprised about it. You hear him talking about it. And, you know, showing up, Amplify.
Absolutely showing up. 5 C4 remaining, 2 jump pads. Beautiful plays there. Just everything going exactly as they want. I had a
You're
thought
not
as we were
supposed to.
looking in on these guys. You went earlier in regards to, you know, this isn't Halo where you know where everything is. Maybe that's the spot. Maybe we finally do IRL Griffball, Clay. Maybe we
Wow.
finally do IRL Griffball.
That would be interesting to see. We do have the leaderboard up here for you guys. This is going to be the updated leaderboard. Straw Hat, Charlie, and 10-Bit in first with 23 points there. That's 13 eliminations, and that's the next one is amount of games played. So that's not really, you know, pertinent to this situation here. As we see beams come on through there to make it a little bit smaller so you can see everything. Addison and Acreon in second right now as they're trying to be aggressive here onto this team. Shots coming on through from Addison, but they're not connecting. Acreon not connecting any as well. We'll put that leaderboard back up at a more important time. Shots coming on through. They're going to drop it down. Acreon does hit a nice damage, 33. Nice shots there. A lot of damage going on through. This player just trying to get out, trying to get layers in between. Addison using the stair boost in. Stone going to get placed. He's going to miss his shots. He doesn't hit anything there. And Acreon going to be taken down very low as well. We'll see Acreon actually going to pick up the elimination. That's going to be 1 over to him. No, he does have floppers. He does have shields. He does have the ability to clutch it up right now. As you see, 36 builds remaining here from Acreon. Again, our second place team right now on the verge of going out a little bit early before placement, before anything comes through. They do have their 5 eliminations, but other than that, you know, they really need to start working towards those placement points because they have been getting just the bare minimum of placement every game. I believe their average placement was 7, right? And that's just the basic placement there. So we'll see if Acreon able to get a nice shot there by Acreon as he's working his way in. This player, though, really good at fighting in the box. Nice block off here from Acreon. The player went down, though. He needs to try to work his way toward that card. I don't think he can. I know he can. The new island, the agency, he's got a reboot van and a nice stair over the top. He preemptively puts those cones. He's trying to get in. He's got 30 seconds to make this work. Player going out and above, just continuing the cat and mouse chase here. Acreon trying to make a shot happen, but this player smartly flowing on off 120 to the head, and this just might be the elimination. He's got 18 seconds. No mats remaining. You hear Addison call out, hey, you got no mats, 10 seconds. Honestly, he needs to try to make a play to either get this elim or go. Got to get caught with the shotgun out. He's got 6 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3. He will get it. He does get the reboot card, but how risky is it to go for it?
I can launchpad agency.
That might be a death sentence, man.
Fuck, I'm getting shot at.
I think you're muted.
Oh, I believe Amplify heard nothing I said there, but the entire
I
stream
heard everything
did.
you said.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
I tuned into the stream to listen. No, that was a great play. He needed to get that elim. A few seconds left. Manages to get his teammate's reboot card, but where does he go to reboot? Frenzy? The agency? Or does he accept? Does he accept? I'm by myself. I have some floppers. I have some heals. I have some mats. Do I got this?
Your launch will get you there.
I feel like I have 4 launches.
But they are discussing it. We hear the conversation. The launch will get you there, but do you want to risk it? Would you
And
risk it?
I think you got to risk it for the proverbial biscuit there. Using a big word there. 40 players remaining. He's got, honestly, risk it. There's no reason he shouldn't go for this. There's no reason that he shouldn't be launching right now. He's got 4 launch pads. He can launch. Like, you can launch to agency even if it's too short.
Oh, wait, actually.
And this is something I do that not many other players do enough of, I don't think. Hide your loot. If there's a big shield around, build a little base on top of it out of melts that nobody can see inside. Make somebody think you're there. Then nobody's gonna go for it. They might avoid that place altogether. Hide the loot so nobody else can take advantage of it. He's not doing that. He's not going for the rotate. He does have the jump pads for it. Maybe his line of play here is, I'm gonna go into storm, get the res, use the floppers to get out, and the jump pad to get back. I mean, I don't know. I feel like what he's going to do is chill. He's not going to go revive his teammate, and he's just going to use the jump pads to rotate, and hope for the best. I don't think he's going for this revive.
And we'll see, but honestly, I think it's a little bit of a misplay there.
He should be going for it.
I cracked him though, didn't he? He popped a slurpfish.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what chat thinks about that not going for the reboot. Obviously, competitive is a different environment, but you have 4 launch pads. You hear...
You might even get half.
You hear him talking about, hey, this is what you can do. Zone is pulling up this mountain, so it'll be good to see as we're going to move over here to a player we have not seen before, Bread and Nick Cool. Now, we saw Nick Cool's perspective of everything, but we have not seen Bread. We do see Aqua she just went down there to, I could not see who it was, but Aqua going on down, so she leaves her teammate Nil there to try to clutch up. We've seen him pop off. We'll see if he's able to do it right now. I could not see who they went down to, but Bread and Nicole in a good spot, but I mean, that lack of HP here on Bread is very, very concerning.
And the lack of wood and a somewhat lack of brick as well. It doesn't. Well, we can't see Nicole, but we know that Bread doesn't have any mobility items. He doesn't have any white heals either, just a big shield to his name. And just around, just over half mats. The RPG is going to come in clutch here. He needs to hit a shot with that in the blue AR from distance just to give himself the extra white he needs. But, you know, it's a Zoomer with an RPG. I'm already in hate.
Already a hate, but it looks like high ground going to be yoinked there from them. And you heard the minigun come out. They have to be very careful about that. If that minigun comes on through and they are not being very, very aware, they are going to get eliminated. They're going to get just destroyed and beamed. And as soon as you get tagged on up, you will immediately be focused by the entire lobby. That's just how Fortnite works. And speaking of somebody... Oh, my apologies. Speaking of somebody who got tagged up by the entire lobby, Nil had a very hard rotate. We'll swap over here while Mbify finishes his thought.
Well, the minigun is the ultimate weapon that's going to punish a mistake. If you rotate poorly, you rotate too late, you rotate too early, it's going to put that level of pressure on you. If you make a right mobility choice and you know the minigun is there, you will survive. You'll be fine up until a certain point, or until a certain, until certain things need to happen, like that person get eliminated or again elims get distracted, etc. But if you rotate too late, too early, and the minigun is ahead of you, they've played their game right. The minigun is nothing but a punishing weapon to tell you that you have made a wrong play.
I agree, and something that I think a lot of players don't do in duos is they just go quiet, or they don't do enough of his talk when you get eliminated. We talked about this last time. Is, for example, Aqua, we haven't heard her say a single comm since she's been eliminated, and a lot of teams do this. A lot of duos don't talk about their strategy, even though right now there could be times where this duo is chiming in, right? Hey, you didn't close your edit, so hey, remind them close his edit, right? It's like there's so many different things that you can do in that scenario other than just not talk. And so we'll see the better players, right? Colorful Ronaldo, right? I'm not saying not everybody is as good as them, but they qualify for a World Cup, right? They've obviously proven themselves to be the best, some of the best players, right? They do that. They calm everything that they can, even though one has been eliminated. And so speaking of eliminated players, this player right here has got a hard rotate in his own. And we're going to swap away from Nil here and see if Shifted and his teammate are calming anything as they rotate into zone. Mbify, unfortunately, getting my mute button again. My apologies there, but anywho, Shifted and his duo partner rotating in. Duo partner already eliminated a long time ago. Nick Cool going to pick up elimination as well. Rotation was relatively easy here for Shift because there's only 29 players left, but only one elimination. He's got a flopper. He's got that AUG as well. I think he's got a chance to, get some placement points here.
I think he does have a great opportunity to get some placement points as long as he plays this smart, gets a little bit lucky with the mobility, either being placed by other players or having a favorable circle for the next rotate. 25 players remaining in total, so we're coming up onto the border of the first set of placement points here. It's going to be fascinating to see how many solos are still left. He has the worst rotate possible and no native mobility. When I say native mobility, I mean items or anything on the ground near him as it stands. He's going to need to hope that somebody else uses a jump pad or something here, or he needs to use that flop and sit and storm, get some picks from behind, and hope for the best from there. What do you think his best players here play?
I think that he's got to, again, use his flop to try to heal up here, rotate backside the zone, and try his best to get a couple elims there. Use that AUG there to your advantage. It's very, very powerful, as we all know. It's a very, very potent. He's got to play right on top of him, misses a shot there. And that was an elim. Going to find a community launch pad. Takes a lot of damage from behind. But look at everybody flying to the sky. When you had a combat shotgun, this was my favorite part of all of Fortnite, was to sit right there on top and just spray everybody. And speaking of somebody shooting at people on high ground, it's going to be Colorful and Ronaldo as Colorful hits a beautiful snipe there. Absolutely deleted that man. And that is what the heavy sniper can do. As RPG's coming through, will Ronaldo maintain the high ground? It seems like he has. Colorful going to build back up, wasting a lot of mats, but had to do so. As you see, 5 eliminations, a player looking at a high ground minigun or drum gun, my bad, being used, a grappler as well. They have to be careful about that. A knock going to come through there from Ronaldo, and Colorful tarping out ahead of it. Nice builds here from everyone down below, but when the drum gun sprang at you from above, there's not much you can do. RPG coming through as well, breaking out the tarp ahead, and look how smart that was from Colorful as he accidentally heads himself down. Running out of mats there. They need to be careful. They are very, very close to losing this game if they don't connect with the little builds that they have. 10 builds, 2 builds remaining here. Someone launch padding there, trying to get the elimination. Nice beam. That's Akrian that gets eliminated. Colorful could not go for it there. Oh, a quick edit, gonna almost knock everybody down, but he's able to do it as the grappler being used. It's going up the hill, like Impify said. They need to get over there ASAP. 2-1 build remaining. Ronaldo's better. He's better at something, or else they're not going to be able to make it. As I think he does. Someone going up the grappler. Nice shots here. That player quickly realizes they don't want to be anywhere near that, and they leave. Lucid comms going down to Zone Bread. Going to be the one to finish them all off there. And now they've got the advantage. Everyone's got to come up to them. Even if you've got a grappler, you still have to come up looking for a snipe to be cheeky. Going to lose the high ground, though. Trying to make the edit to drop the player down. They're going to take down one. That's going to be enough mats to keep securing it. You see only 5 or 10 builds there for them as Ronaldo dropping on down. Colorful now trying to drop down as well. Shots going through. He needs to reload that SMG there, and he'd be good to go. Ronaldo trying to put pressure back there. Another elimination going away. Mr. Boomtastic going down. Ronaldo getting another one. Ronaldo popping off. Colorful now in a 1v1, I believe. We'll see if he's able to clutch it on up. You hear Ronaldo say, it's all you. And Colorful now with 0 builds remaining has to clutch up the 1v1. Will he be able to do it as the drum gun going to be used here? Shots go through. He does connect there. 25 damage. Nice shot here again. Gonna pick it up. And he does get the victory out, I think, with 9 eliminations. No, 10 eliminations going over to Colorful and Ronaldo. We talked about how awesome they were, and they showed up.
They showed up indeed, dude. Taking that, the intelligence of them to recognize that they needed to drop down when they did, where the hill was for them to need to build back up and maintain the height. They didn't lose height even for a moment, from the grappler, which is still the most OP item in the game at the moment. But considering other OP items we've had, Infinity Blade, Airplane, literally almost everything else, the quad launcher, the guided missile launcher, I'm happy to see something with the tameness of the grappler in the game. They expertly held it. They showed why they are who they are, why they're great at the game, why people look up to them in terms of their skills in this community. They managed to keep high ground for the entirety of the late game. They managed to avoid some of the most OP stuff in the game and use one of the most OP things, the drum gun, to secure the Vic.
And that's something that not a lot of people talk about as I awkwardly stare off into the distance. Not a lot of people talk about is maintaining height from 5th or 6th zone into 9th is very, very hard to do with C4, with RPGs, with grapplers, with launch pads. That's something that's hard to do, and they were able to do it. Yes, did they get shot down? Of course. But they maintained it. Yes, they lost it there for a moment, but it was an immediate edit down, and they essentially had control of the situation the entire time until Ronaldo got too aggressive. Luckily, Colorful was able to clutch it on out. But again, that is something that is so hard to do as a duo, able to have that communication. That was game number 3, I believe. Yeah, game number 3. I don't know why I thought it was game number 4. But there are going to be 6 games tonight, I was told. So 6 games. That was the halfway point of the games. So now the question is, who do you think is going to be on top, and who do you think is going to win the next set of games?
The interesting thing for me looking at that was how Joey C dropped from game 1 to game 2 down into 4th place as we saw the leaderboard halfway through that game. It's going to be fascinating to see where our game 1 winner goes next. You know, we've seen players like Booga get into first place, for example, in the World Cup, and then ride that all the way. Joey seems to be struggling a little bit here with his duo. Hopefully they can turn that around and claw their way back up. Ronaldo definitely going to be on that top 10 list now, especially after that game. 9 elims that we know of, so they could very well have hit the Royale flush. That's going to be fascinating. We saw a few other names there in the late game with respect to top 10 leaderboard. I feel like Ronaldo and his teammate have been just off that leaderboard. So if that game is as pop off as it looked like it was, chances are they're going to be in the top 4.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 10 elimination victory out, so it's a 20-point game.
Muted.
Yeah. Oh, I hate this mute key. I need to change it.
What is your mute key?
Spacebar.
Oh, that is a terrible mute key.
Look, I have 2 PCs. It's not as bad as you might think. But Ronaldo and Colorful, right? They got a 10 elimination victory royale. So even right now, without placements, that'd put them in first. Of course, Addison and Akron did get some placement there. I believe Akron, I think is how you say it. Game are going to go for 6 games. If you're just now joining, or if you're a player wondering, we're going to get 6 games in. So that was only game number 3, I believe. 3. Yeah, 3 if I count the codes that were put in. So game number 3, finishing it up. Ronaldo and Colorful able to pick up the victory royale. Players are queuing up. We're at 78 players queue. If you go through all the streams and you're like, how many players? How many players are queued? 78. I know you're ready for the next game. I know we all are. I want to know who chat is supporting. If you guys are supporting any particular player, any particular person, who are you here to see? Who are you here to root on? Is it someone that has picked up a victory? Are they not doing as well as you'd want to? Amplify.
I'm personally supporting. I'm supporting Juice in the chat. Juice is one of the Mayhem. I want to say staff. I want to say mods. I want to say wonderful human beings who works with Mayhem. Admin. I don't know the correct nomenclature for what Juice is. All I know is the Juice is wonderful. They helped me out with my Boomer Cup, and now they're helping out Toronto with this tournament. I know that things are going a lot smoother on the back end with Mayhem this time, so massive shout out to the Mayhem staff for helping us out with this one. So much love and appreciation for him for this and for the past, and of course for the future as well. I do very much support Mayhem software and War Legends software as well. I'm not going to be ashamed or afraid to say that. Both of them do the same job in very great ways, and the staff for both are just phenomenal too. It just goes to show just how much innovation and how much wonderful stuff has come out of this Fortnite community, that we can run events like this, that we can have competitive tournaments without Epic running them for us, and we can enjoy it, and we have opportunities, Clay, you and myself, to cast and to do more and to lend our voices and our takes to this beautiful community as well.
And that is awesome and amazing that everybody's out here putting this on for you guys, giving you guys some chance to earn some awesome money, getting some free money. All you gotta do is play Fortnite, and you got some free money. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty awesome.
Free money just for playing Fortnite? I want.
As Amplify logs onto Fortnite to purchase the Battle Hound.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm logging in so I can buy the Battle Hound, because I have to work all day tomorrow. What if I forget?
Someone could have gifted it to you already, and you wouldn't even know.
I have every doubt in my mind that somebody would not have gifted me a 2,000 V-Buck skin. But
Wow.
I really do appreciate the sentiment that someone would have.
That's just disappointing. We're gonna hop on board here with our third game winners here of Ronaldo and Colorful, as we see their perspective here landing at the agency yet again. We got to talk about the agency again. We've talked about it a little bit, but something is going right here for them. Is it the drum gun? Is it the shields in the vault? Like, what do you think is the pivoting point here for them?
The point is they're not getting challenged, and they have a high enough class and a high enough skill that if they are challenged, it isn't much of a contest for them. This is the greatest loot spot and the greatest part of the map to land in. You're landing in the middle.
Really?
You have the least probability of having to have a terrible rotate. You have the maximum opportunity to get the best weapons in the game. and to be completely stacked and looted out of your teeth going for the rest of it. There are no downsides to dropping here uncontested. Absolutely none. And here they are proving it. And they just broke a chest.
Yeah, something that is new there is those chests. If you break them, they're gone. There's no, recovering. Like, it doesn't drop the loot, which is something I was very confused about when I first did it. Gonna be honest there with you, is I thought, I break the crate, I'd be able to drop it and be good to go. As we see, they're fighting Midas. Not much is really happening here from Colorful's perspective. Now, again, another team that will more than likely fight right off spawn is going to be Assault, Nico, Lukey, and Nayclaire and Ryan Claire. This time we're going to spectate the Claire brothers' perspective and see if they're able to churn around their game. Again, mind you, Nayclaire does not have audio, so just imagine the audio going pew pew pew. That's the wall breaking sound right there. But we're moving over. Shield's not looking the greatest. They do have a shotgun, an AR. That's all you really need. But Shield's not the greatest here on Nayclaire.
Yeah, I mean, with the current loadout, I would be trying to avoid any engagements I possibly can. Ryan, of course, has 50, so either he's found a big pot and just needed to pop it to have something in case of a fight, or he has a mini that he can share with his twin. Situations like this where you rotate out of Craggy early, you head for the slurp truck just on there, south at the intersection with the bridge, and hope that nobody else has gotten it yet. Because that bridge in itself is a landing spot with 3 to 4 chests, plenty of metal, plenty of brick. There's chests underneath as well, fishing spots nearby, and the slurp truck. It itself is a unnamed POI that is a perfect place to drop if you have a more passive play style and want to get a little bit less RNG on drop.
Ooh, a lot of big words there said as OJHN going to go down. Unfortunately, I'm going to try to pick up I thought I had the perspective, but I don't actually have. Well, I may have. No, I do have it on this end of things. As I'm going to swap us on over here. We do have Scruffy, the guy he is playing with, the individual rather. We do see Medkit has been popped there for them. Keep our eyes on what he's able to do. Again, not going to go for the reboot as he's still being tagged on up as Bell Jeeves going and getting an elimination there with the rifle. Scruffy deciding to disengage here, but three mats not looking good.
No, and they did get a little bit lucky. Before they took the 20 damage there, they did have a ghost hit marker as well, so they should count themselves lucky here. The disengage is fairly... It's going to a place with a lot of fish. A less populated part of the map, unless you're Cypher PK's, unless you're Cypher PK fanboys, in which case you know this part of the map very well from last season. It's a great spot to land if you're going to play the fish game, and right now disengaging, just trying to get absolutely anything, to just try and get absolutely anywhere to get away from everything that's happening, try and build your arsenal back up and give yourself an opportunity to do well in the rest of this game. I think it's a reasonable place for them to be. And the storm, the rotate from the storm is not going to be that far, and someone just shouted a language, which I know from Clay telling me that quite often.
I do indeed try to hold Amplified to his own family friendliness that he said he wanted to do. Nayclaire and Ryan managed to make it on out. I know we're keeping our eyes there, but I'm going to move us on over here to, well, I was going to move us over, but my Google Chrome has just crashed. So we're going to stay on board here with Scruffy for a little bit as we wait to see what my PCs decide to do.
So as Clay works on his technical difficulties, ironically, with me in the lobby with him, an IT technician, it looked like Tilo got a elim in the kill feed as well, just while we're waiting here. The reboot card of this guy's teammate of Scruffy has expired. He isn't going to be getting a heal off this game. He will be playing solo duos for the remainder, hiding in a tree, playing a little bit of Darwin Project right now as he upgrades his HP. Goes back, leaves the grenades. I think that when you're a solo doing this, I feel like you need to be dropping that SMG because you won't be able to put pressure on with anybody. Pick up the grenades because if you can get a 65-meter dink on somebody, you're probably in a better position. 3 minutes till the storm comes in. Going to swim a bit further afield. Doesn't look like this area has been looted particularly. Will be able to farm up. Will be able to get themselves some more meds, but they need to put a little bit of urgency on it because then they don't look like they're trying to do this as quickly and effectively as possible. They're almost like they're looking around, trying to work out what they want to do. They need to be certain of what they want to do. They need to attack what they need to do and to achieve and get back into the safe zone.
And speaking of someone who is in the safe zone, I haven't really seen much of him, and that's on mine because I didn't have him on this monitor. Now we've got Google Chrome back up. We can see Mr. Medicify, and he plays. As they're rotating through to the agency. Unfortunately, as I swapped away, Scruffy took a lot of damage and it is more than likely going to be eliminated. But Medicify looking good. He's going to leave the best gun in the game on the ground, and I will DM him later about leaving the best gun in the entire game there.
I got my big.
He left the harpoon, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
I do like the harpoon. The harpoon is the best weapon in the game right now. I can't lie.
You're still it.
I agree. Now, I do have the leaderboard updated for everybody here. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the top left-hand corner of the screen before I make sure I don't leak anything. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to make it bigger so as to not cover anything important. But give you what you can see. Addison and Acreon are in first place right now with 34 points and 21 eliminations. In second behind is Straw Hat Charlie and 10-Bit with 28 points. Ronaldo and Colorful now then with 26 points with 16 elims. So you continue on down. You see first through ninth there. You can see the placement denoted by the crown color, and then of course 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Everyone all within their own placement, but it's still anybody's game.
Really is anybody's game. There aren't that many points realistically in it from a pop-off game. And if you look at all the winners of our games so far, none of them place. I feel like that tells us maybe that being a bit more aggressive could be a bit more fruitful for you. I feel like it's also potentially telling us that placement in this particular one is important because you're still in that top 10 conversation. But you need to get the elims to go with it. This isn't just survive as long as you can battle royale. This is survive as long as you can and take people out with you battle royale.
Indeed, as we see someone that's trying not to get taken out here. 2OP TV as we swap over there. We see Zill very, very low, trying to pop any sort of heals that they can. OP, some nice edits to try to get out. There was C4 thrown. There was grenades as well. Nice shot here from OP, but he's going to get the floor, taking a nice edit downwards. We'll give him enough chance to pop the shield. You hear the comms coming out. Hey, we got this. They're calming each other down. They're trying to give what they can. Zill and 2OP are fighting differently, though. They're not fighting together, and now finally going to start to make their way together. Again, still, I think, in separate boxes, but they're fighting one way away from each other. And I think they're looking to try to break this player down as they've just decided to disengage. Again, playing a little bit unsynchronized. Not going to be good for them. You hear the call, I have no mats. As zone is going to come in, they're going to have a very hard time with this. If you don't got mats and they're spraying you from above, you need to make something happen. You need to get a snipe or something there because this is just going to cause you to waste every last little bit of mat you can. And OP not able to get the stair over the top of his head. Quick edits coming through. And they're trying to make it on through. OP just needs to heal on up. And you see the immediately big shield pulled on out. Zill trying to help out, but I don't know. Popping the big pot here's the right play.
I mean, he got it off, so he's absolutely fine. They're in a 2x2, sorry, a 2x1, 1x2, whichever comes first, the length or the width. Their mats are terrible. They need to be getting one shot off here. They need to take one guy down, and if that had hit, that would have been the play. That is the right play to be trying to take here. Is maybe using the and never mind. There's the one player going down. There's more damage going in, but it's 1v1 right now. And he gets the heal off. He gets the heal off from the extra player going down. The other player still above him. It's 1v1. Both players down to Both players are down in a 1v1 situation. No more 2v1s available here. But he has restocked on mats. He's got a jump pad. He's 200 HP total. His opponent's gone. He has to assume there's opponents going to be around that as well. He owns most of the walls around here. He's just waiting for the other player to be a little bit more aggressive so that he can do something. Maybe go for this box fight practice. Try and hit that beautiful angle for a shot. Still on 200 HP, disengaging, getting a little bit of height now. He's going to play a different game. He doesn't want to play the box fight anymore. He wants to play the I'm smarter than you, I'm going to outbuild you, and I have the height and a heavy snipe.
And we'll see if it pays off. Both players reloading. The heavy shot's going to come through. He is going to get that, but he didn't place the wall over the top. They're going to come through into his own box. Realizes that he doesn't have anything owned in here. Nice little stare at it. Going to take the shot on the player's toes. Another shot coming through, but he doesn't flick it in time and blinks. Going to take him on down, who did not hit any blanks here. As we move over, now Nate Claire and Ryan Claire. Well, I was going to switch over, but they just picked up an elimination onto a solo. So able to make it out of Craggy Cliffs. I was going to say salty, but that's definitely not where they landed. Able to make it out of Craggy. Looking good so far. Now we're going to move on over to Boa and 416 Benji. I believe the name that I see on the screen here. We swap over. They're in a good spot. Loadout looks great. They've got launcher. They got shield. They got everything they could possibly want,
including a beautiful setup at the Waves Esports Arena.
Yeah, true. I didn't even think about that.
That was a great plug. Come on. In the history of plugs, that was a great plug to be giving right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be taking a great position here. This is a great hill to take advantage of. There's natural campfires around for heals if they need it. There aren't that many high grounds above them. They have great sight lines throughout the circle here where people will be rotating in. I don't know if I like sitting in this position. There's a considerable amount of players left, but you have enough space and enough time to get a bit more central. They're marking the other mountain just in case the team goes up there, but perhaps they should be using this opportunity to get a bit more central so they don't need to use the jump pad in this circle or the next circle, but the circle after that one.
Yeah, and with 30 seconds left, they're in a good spot to pull third zone, but I doubt they're going to get it just with how much is left. Like Amplify was talking about, they do have a launch pad. We don't know what Benji has in terms of mobility, if he's got a launch pad as well. Again, not Benji Fishy, just Benji, 416 Benji. I think that is maybe a Toronto area code there. I'm not too sure, but repping some area code there. I think they're sitting right by each other too, so you can see on controller, I believe, there. Yeah, you can tell with a little bit of an echo zone going away from them. And now, like if I talked about, they're not in zone, and they're going to have to rotate.
They are going to have to rotate. I mean, sometimes it's worth taking a gamble for an edge of zone, hold up, if you will. You know, they've got the high ground here as a natural. Some net heals around them. They have sightlines for people coming in. They're only now taking their first shots, only now seeing something to take a shot with. But the longer they spend on this part of the edge of the circle, holding other players, the harder it's going to be for them to rotate in, because they'll find players doing the exact same thing, but this time to them. They need to be careful. They need to not use this jump pad if they can. They need to just be expeditious with the materials, so they're not wasting too much and they're just using it very purposefully. And they're seeing people right next to them, and now they need to be aggressive. They need to build. Will they fight? Hopefully not. Hopefully they'll just play the smart game they need to play, take the high ground here, and just edge into circle. And oh, unfortunately, breaking shield under 79 HP, and there's going to be a build fight. There's going to be some people coming up and pushing, and they only have time to get both his minis and the big shield off. And it looks like they're not pushing. They're comfortable just taking the 119 or 111 damage dealt and just leaving. Maybe they care more about Storm Surge at this point in placement than these guys do at all.
I think they just heard how you pronounce the word HP and they got scared of coming anywhere near these guys.
Listen, okay? The kind of Coke I drink is Coca-Cola. It's called soda. It's not a Coke, Mr. Texas. I have lived there. I know your mannerisms, sir.
Listen, I only drink water. I don't drink soda or Coke or pop or fizz or bubbly or whatever you want to call it.
Bubbly is champagne.
Hey, some people call bubbly pop and soda.
Nobody calls soda or pop bubbly.
Listen,
bubbly is exclusively for champagne.
You don't know everything, okay? There's some people out here in America that call things weird things, all right? Let's not even get into it. We'll just throw your tea in the ocean again.
I don't drink tea anyway, so you feel free, dude.
I'm
I'm like the only Brit. I'm the only Brit who
Anywho.
doesn't enjoy drinking tea. I am clearly broken.
Anyway,
who we
moving over
into?
to our first place squad, or duo rather, of Addison and Acreon. They are in first place with the most amount of eliminations.
Poop on him.
Addison finally, got back some eliminations there. Still down about 9. Is going to hit the snipe as well. Wasn't a headshot, but a 150 to the body. That player's going to hate themselves, and they're going to hate Fortnite just a little bit after that one. That was actually Mill Omega.
Honestly, it's kind of monk ass.
Oh,
I don't have any utility.
that was a beautiful snipe as well.
Oh my God,
It's
you're
one
in.
of the reasons why heavy snipe should be in the game. Is
So monk ass. He's
just
so
look what it
good.
did. Look what action we're getting out of it now. The utility it had is fantastic.
Okay.
The only thing I don't like about watching this right now is that keyboard cam is just a little bit big for me, and his wrist is far too slender.
Hey, listen, some people are skinny and they're kids and they're 15 years old.
We're on edge.
Which
everyone
is
knows.
Yeah,
what
they're
Addison-
lucky to be skinny. They don't know the troubles that we have to go through in later life.
And we'll see, though, if their troubles pay off here for this elimination, because this is not something they definitely need to fight or should be fighting, in my opinion. But hey, you know what? You get that damage off. You want to do some damage back.
But, yeah.
They decided them. No, now we're going to disengage. They've decided against it. Scrade and Mill have just held off the push enough, but
I don't think that was a-
this might be how they're getting
Pick me again.
this many eliminations, is they're just playing with this level of confidence.
They are playing with absolute supreme confidence. They know they can win games. They know they're doing well. They know they're some of the best players in this lobby. So they're playing with that. What they're doing as well is they have 2 jump pads. They could have easily stayed over there, continued the pressure, depleted the other team of all of their mats, got the elims, got the extra 2 points, jump padded into circle. But they're not. They're playing smart. They're rotating early. They get in a good position, and they're like, we have these jump pads. Let's use them when they're going to be really good, not because we need them.
Literally, no one had an angle on us. And we were
Yeah.
shots over
Someone in chat said that was not the smartest push they've seen all night. I think it would have been less smart had they been eliminated, but essentially that cost them nothing. Right? It cost them some ammo, a couple builds, which they've since farmed on up. So because this lobby is not playing as aggressive as some lobbies do play normally, this is a free push by them. They were able to do that because they got a free push, and now Storm Surge is going to be a thing. Only 2 players need to go down, but
my God, it's got
Addison getting beamed right there.
Just
Not really,
to
no.
go off what you said there as well, I wouldn't say it's a dumb push because they recognize
think.
where they were in the map with to every other player, and they determined that they had much less risk
I'm dead,
of being attacked and being third party in that particular part of the map at that particular time, so they didn't do it. I don't think it was a dumb push, it was a smart calculated push, and if they actually got the elims off of it, it would have been a perfect play.
They would have, but there's no such thing as perfect, without, some sort of imperfection, I feel like, in Fortnite Battle Royale. Now switching on over here. Oh, unfortunately that player just got eliminated, so we're going to move over to AZNN here as they are holding a team on the outside edge of zone. We're swapping on over now. Is Noisy going to pick up? Actually, no, the elimination is going to get yoinked from them.
No, just let me put him. Move the wall. Move the wall. I have everything. Just move the wall.
Using a harpoon, look at that.
Come to me, just come to me.
Getting a heavy sniper, multiple heavy snipers, multiple floppers, gold weapons, ammo, everything. From it shows the strength of the harpoon, not just as a weapon, but as a utility item. It's up there with the
I have
heavy
a
sniper.
I have a heavy sniper.
It is a weapon, but it's a utility item.
Is there anything else there? Hold on.
Utility item indeed. We
We just
see
need a weapon
how
that gives someone heals now. A weapon to give somebody heals and deals
some
damage.
ammo
Kind of
right
like Bulbasaur's leech seed,
Oh,
have to
yes,
go, we have to go,
I
we have to
definitely
go.
actually do know that, but I just wanted to see if you think I didn't.
Okay, we have to go.
Bulbasaur, obviously a grass type Pokemon, right? I'm kidding. I know Pokemon. I know the 151. Speaking of 151, we'll have to see if this team can rotate. They're going in the 151st direction now, moving a little bit southwest there. I know it was a terrible segue, but let me try. Okay, I'm not Paul Blart, the mall cop there. All right, I tied it all back together. We see a nice rotate come on through. AZN though getting separated from his teammate. They are going to be able to get in. Roman is going to go down. Addison is going to get another elimination. They're getting so many right now.
We need to kill him. Focus.
I'm still stuck on you thinking that having good speech and be able to
32 below,
segue
32
well.
below,
Oh,
never
the
mind.
segue, Paul Block. Okay, I
There
get it.
you go. There we go. So my segue made it happen. Drew farted on you though. Just took out Ryan Claire. So I'm not too sure why Drew thought that was a good name at all in Fortnite. But hey, you know what? If he wants to fart on people, we'll let Drew do what he wants to do. But AZN and Noisy not able to get where they want to go. As they do pick up some extra mats, but look, 21 builds there with metal, 2 builds there out of
Nothing.
wood, and it's just not looking good. As we're gonna swap away, I actually want to see how our low ground warriors here of Metasify and Mr. He Plays are doing. We haven't seen them in game, and when the first time we captured them, they popped off. As we move over, AZN and them get an elimination. But we'll see what Metasify and Mr. He Plays are able to do on the back side of things.
Looks like they're going to just do a class. Oh, here we go. So I was going to say they're going to do a classic low ground tunnel, but what they've done is they've found a jump pad or recycled a jump pad here, enabling them to just get ahead of the pack into circle and again take the low ground. When do you go for high ground play? When do you think is the ideal time to go for a high ground push?
6 into 7. When 6 zone is fully closed and 7th is starting to move, that is the ideal. Just because it's less amount of risk there, and you have less time to maintain it. So right now it's still 6 zone. It's 5th into 6th. Right, once it closes, it'll be 6th into 7th, and that is where they should try to take it. In hindsight, though, it is very hard to do that every single time consistently. As you see, nice shots here on the player rotating, not able to finish it on off. We do see RVNT great going down to Ronaldo. Nice shots, RPG coming down. He's gonna get one. Did not get the other one, though. That one was already, being greedy. Went down to somebody else. As an RPG, C4, everything coming down. He's gonna more than likely go down to zone. No, he's got floppers and pops him just in time. His teammate popping floppers as well. That's Dice is going down. Oh, had Charlie going down as well. Flopper plays coming out. They've got a launch pad as well. This is where they can take high ground because it's going off a mountain. They've decided, maybe no, they're gonna go against it. And on high ground, I believe was colorful for the time being, but does end up going off. I'm gonna see if we can swap away from him here just for the time being, because our first place team is popping up here on the low ground. They don't have a lot of HP there on Acreon, but Addison is alive with 2 builds remaining here. And we'll see if he's able to make something happen. He is going to get elimination there. That's going to be enough. He's inside the box. He's got a lot of damage off. Going to try to get that a siphon effect, but it was already a knock. It's not going to go over to him. Nice builds here to protect him. He's got 11 HP there. Looking to try to find something. His teammate says go low ground. He's got no match, and he is swimming with the fishes. Like Dory says, just keep swimming, Addison. Nice shots there, but it's not enough. And notice who took high ground in that zone, 6 into 7, and it's Metasify and Mr. He Plays is there looking to pick up the victory royale. Mr. He Plays very, very healthy. Metasify did not pop the flopper. He listened for the audio cue, but it didn't pop, and now Heat taking zone damage. We'll see if he's able to clutch it on up. We really need to Metasify to be eliminated here. I think Colorful and his teammate placing 3rd right now. Ronaldo and them going out early, but
is this Heat Plays against Joey?
I don't know. Joey maybe. Don't know who attacks.
Into the storm.
Oh.
What the fuck?
A 2nd place though, very, very good. You see the flopper did not pop, and I do want to say, I said good went out early, but meant to say earlier. Sometimes, you know, you forget the extra syllable there. But a great game from all of our top contenders, and Metasify and his teammate kind of, you know, coming on up.
Absolutely. Interesting there as well. In the end game, we saw every previous winner mentioned. We saw a hint of everybody. We saw Joey. We saw Ronaldo's team. You mentioned that he and Colorful took the high ground while we saw the team rotating out. Beautiful use of floppers as well. I saw a clip on Reddit the other day. You're a fan of the FNBR subreddit as well. I'm pretty sure we all are. You're not? You don't like the FNBR subreddit?
No. That's a whole different realm that I rarely dive into.
Well, most of my best clips have been on there at some point, and I'm very grateful to it. But anyway, I saw a great clip on there the other day. A team with 8 floppers each rotate ahead of circle and start shooting back and using the floppers. Are the floppers too powerful? Are they creating an environment where people are happy to sit in the storm and when they don't work because the audio cue is just slightly incorrect, it creates situations like that feels like they rob people. Are they too OP? Are they balanced? Should they be in the game?
So I have always thought that they were too OP, and my suggestion was that you should only be able to carry 3. They take 2 seconds to pop. Then slurpfish need to be changed to hold 2, and you have to what's the word? You have to they're used like an actual slurp juice was. So they heal over time, so they're not as useful as they are now, because right now they're very overpowered, and it was truly unfortunate. The reason Medicify actually ended up going down, other than the flopper mispop, is he actually got harpooned back into zone, and I don't know who it was by. You can't really tell based on his perspective, but you know, I know a thing or two about harpooning someone from the backside of zone that's using floppers.
And I know a lot about watching that as I'm eliminated and saying, "Harpoon him! What are you doing?"
Yeah,
that would be my favorite moment of our attempts at competitive careers together, Clay. Is you harpooning that guy while I get to sit there and watch.
It was pretty good, but yeah, it just, you know, I think the floppers, back to your point, are too OP. I think everybody can agree that floppers are way too OP. And I think there definitely needs to be a change. We'll see if there is one. And we'll definitely see if there's a change in the leaderboard. There more than likely will be. And again, we'll get you guys information on how many people qualify based on the number of spots. I believe Silver is working on it for us there in the Discord chat. We'll see if we get that for you guys. Again, that was game number 4. We're going to move into 2 more games after that, and then we will be done. I believe Amplify may have just gotten the answer for us.
Yeah, so the way it's looking right now is to have automatic qualification for Skirmish in the 6 is for the top 3 teams today. So we already discussed the cash pricing that people receiving earlier, 200 for first, 100 for second. But you'll also begin qualification into the much bigger, much more grandiose tournament, the higher prize pool with a great deal more competitive. It's almost like looking at this one as a qualifier of sorts, if you will, for a more lucrative tournament. That's the Skirmish in the 6. Really looking forward to casting that one as well, seeing who's going to be playing, and of course we'll find out 3 more teams that'll have automatic qualification today too.
Ooh, the top 3 automatically qualify and go through. There is everyone's answer. I know people were wondering. If you're new to the chat and you just stopped by, hello, Tanya, how are you? DM in Flip, how are you? I hope you're doing well. He says he's queued, they're ready to go. Acrian says he's finna qualify 100%. Very interesting usage of the word finna too. But you know, hey.
Where did that come from? I see people typing gonna, but they type finna, and I'm like, I can appreciate they're one character away from each other, but how does a misspelling like that proliferate?
I don't know. It's been around forever, man.
I feel old.
Yeah.
I feel old and out of touch, and you know, this is how old I am. I didn't know what a dab was until last year. And today, I managed to get my boss to dab in the office, and it was the funniest thing to watch a guy try to dab who has no idea how to dab.
Yeah, he's a boomer. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, I may have competed in the Boomer Cup, but like I was like the youngest age. Like I was 23. I was barely qualifying there. Lord, I apologize for his old people ways there. I do. But again, leaderboard, we'll get you guys updated very soon. Mayhem is updating it in the back end, so we'll get it soon. But again, 2 more games. Amplify, call somebody out right now. Who's gonna win? Who do you want to win? Who do you want to perform that has not been performing? All in one.
I'm gonna say who I want to win, who I think will win. They have been performing, but they've only really shown up in 1.5, 2 games, and that's Ronaldo and Colorful again. They have the quality, they have the communication, they have the teamwork. I think 2 games where they got the drop. They have the drop. They have the ultimate drop. If anybody's gonna push them now in late game, I feel like now's the time to push them is in the next 2 games because you need to either one try and curtail them or two take what is theirs at the moment and use that to go on and win the game. I feel like they're gonna have a great game again, either in this one or the final one. I think they're gonna be. I don't think they're gonna hit first, but I think they'll come second.
Ooh. All right. Well, the game has been started. We will be hopping over there soon. Again, I'll throw the leaderboard at mid-game when it gets completely updated. I don't believe placement has been added just yet. Again, Mayhem takes a little bit, and it's okay. You know, whatever you got to do to make sure that everything is right. We don't want it to, you know, be wrong and then tell you the wrong answers and everybody get mad at us and then, you know, be like, hey, wait a minute. There's nothing that they can do. And, you know, then give us the apology that we deserve. And then, like that 1 week, it's okay, though. You know, I'm not so salty about that. I'm kidding. I'm not at all. But who do we hop on board here with? I think we have to go in with Medicify and Mr. He Plays because we saw them get second place and we don't have first place, so that's just how it works.
Sounds good to me.
That's
So
one thing I've
split
never
drop
expected to
at
get
the
harpooned
bridge
from
by the
the
looks
high
of it, from
ground.
what they're marking. One of them's going to be on the high ground on the hill, looking down at the trio of chests in the hedge in the little clearing
they were
inside that
gassing
little
someone, but
cluster
they
of
protect
trees. One of them is going to be heading up the slurp truck. Perhaps together they'll hit the slurp truck first. Who knows? We're going to find out as we watch them. Latest follower for Medicify that we're looking at right now is one of the best casters in all of Twitch. That's great to see that as well. And a controller player, Xbox controller by the looks of it as well. No more legacy. It's going to be interesting. I'd love to find out if he's on linear or whatever the heck the other one is, or if he is using vintage until the last moment that he can no longer.
Exponential is the other one, and I was his latest follower until you went and followed him just to get your name there so you can make that comment. Okay, Mr. 200 IQ, I see the play that was made. Don't even. All right, listen, buddy.
Shitting itself right now.
Okay, all right, chat. You see what I gotta work with here?
He's on linear, so that's interesting. So he won't be affected by the vintage vaulting. And it looks like the split drop that they're undertaking here is a little bit risky. I probably wouldn't go for this in a full 100 player custom tournament. I feel like it's strong enough to drop at the slip truck by itself, and then both of you rotate together. But they're doing a split drop. We'll meet each other in the middle at the slip truck. Both get up to 200 HP. This is probably what's setting them up for the great late games. And here we go, going straight on over into. Oh, never mind. Funny just killed that bit of casting for me, Clay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't get us over there in time. Funny thought it was pretty funny that
Who's that went down?
That was my apologies, Scruffy and OJHN, also known as John, which is just a bullying way to say OJHN, because I will keep saying it as OJHN until he himself says, Clay, come on, it's John. But we saw Scruffy. No, OJHN.
You are not a name, you are an initialism, sir, and we thank you for letting us watch. You guys get a funny elimination.
Moving over here to Noisy and AZNN. They are looking good. We do see a henchman actually knock a player there. I don't know who just got knocked, but someone just got knocked by a henchman.
Someone gets knocked by a henchman. Imagine competing in a custom tournament and dying to an NPC.
That would be me.
That would be me as well. I've died to so many henchmen, especially my first few games with Small Man. He and I did some duos. He wanted to show me the new places, and I found myself dying to NPCs going, what the heck are these? My first games on Season 2. By the way, can we mention a quick unvaulting that happened the last week? Llamas are back.
Yes, they are. Very, very good unvaulting. Honestly, it just makes my life 10 times easier because I don't have to worry about not having it, but maps or something. But speak of the devil, there they are.
Right, so if Clay is the caster curse, then Amplify is the caster bringer of
Blessing.
good luck. blessing? Cast a
You can
blessing?
go center and box. Oh, you don't have a shot?
I love it. I'll take it. I'm so grateful that I managed to gift you a llama. Please, sir, go on and win the game and prove why llamas are so dang beautiful and powerful. Is he in waves at the moment?
He is, yeah, Waves. So WEG is Wavesy Gaming there in the back end, but unfortunately, gonna find a minigun there as someone found him out, and he's just getting sprayed down. Well, hopefully for him, that launch pad was destroyed via the minigun. You hear him giving. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Love it.
Oh Lord, my apologies. You know, that was just too funny not to laugh at there. Noisy making some noise as he's trying to run away. Looks like he didn't get the reboot card of his teammate either. Unfortunate. Just gonna be a solo here today.
You know what I really respect about Noisy is he had fun with that. He's like, I'm potentially going to die here, so let's be as entertaining as possible. And now back straight into it, clutching up, hopefully, is what he and his teammate are going to be expecting. However, 121 HP against 2 players. You do have the mats for this game, but unfortunately, they have a minigun. And, oh, down to 16
They've got
HP.
2!
1 bullet.
They've got 2 miniguns.
Oh.
They
Take a
both-
walk, Noisy. Take a walk, Noisy. 2 miniguns. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fortnite Competitive. Getting Noisy down there to just 1 bullet from anything.
Hey.
2 naked Omegas.
You see that
with
person right there? Is that Silver in the background?
Is that Silver? I can't tell.
Silver, is that you? Is that you, Wave?
It might very well be. It might very well be Silver behind Noisy.
We can't see her anymore. Oh, rip.
That's fine. I mean, if anybody wants to know what Silver looks like, look on Twitter. Very beautiful person.
All right. Oh, there's now a spectator behind. Moving over to Bread and his teammate as we swap over here. Not much action happening around the map there, but
Zoomer
They-
bread.
looked very, very good. They made it out of the grotto here. Very, very interesting POI. I don't know how effective. Look, I'm gonna be honest. The mythic minigun is not something I would go and fight for as a drop spot.
I feel like other items in its same spot with regards to spam, like regular miniguns. Perhaps you want to add C4 into that because it is kind of a spam weapon in the way that it gets used and puts damage through. SMGs. SMGs are bad miniguns because the miniguns are back in, but I don't fight for the mythic minigun. At that point, you're never going to need to do 1 more damage. You know? And
Yeah.
obviously you want every margin you could possibly get. But I don't think you seek it out.
I don't think you seek it out either, but you talked about fighting, and I had to swap over here to Medicify and Mr. Heat plays are in a similar situation as we've seen them before. Mr. Heat going down and Medicify has to try to rotate away, and looks like he may. Oh, here's some interesting play style going into Pleasant to be able to box that up, give him some time to pop a shield. The question is, does that enemy follow?
Is this the reason? Are these transporty doodles? Are these the reason the traps were vaulted? Because we had issues with the old rifts in Weeping Woods, where people would put traps on there. You come through, and it's like, well, GG's. Is that why traps are out now? Do you think? Because they've added more spray, but they've taken away the counter to spray, and I feel like the game's actually in a good spot, but I do miss a good solid trap.
I definitely miss traps, but I still think that's not why you took him out. Because if you think you just do that same thing with C4 and someone follows you, you blow them up. It's even more effective. You don't have to stand right into the same box. You don't have to 50-50.
Oh, look at Cena. This is the 200 IQ play, waiting to see if somebody just comes through the door. Unfortunately, that player is just going to look for the high ground instead. No right-hand peek available here. Oh, and here it comes. 48 blue going in versus 20 from the other teammate, but it is a 2v1. He needs to focus this one guy, get him down, but dual mini guns again. Not ideal. Oh, got him down to wide and almost 275. Actually, only on 1 HP when the elimination went through. Miniguns coming up clutch, showing spray, showing pressure. How do you play against a minigun, Clay?
I don't know. I'm on 60 ping, so I'm kidding. You really just have to put the pressure back. So the thing with the minigun is you're open, you're exposed, and you have to stand still. You don't get like the chance to sprint, you have to sit there and hold down your left click or your whatever you use to, you know, shoot in your video game, your right trigger button or whatever you call it now there on controller. I haven't played on controller in a while, but
L2, L1, L2,
L1,
R2,
R2, R2, D2749. But Colorful and Ronaldo, we swap over. Definitely people that would know how to play against the minigun. You got to put the pressure back. If you have a sniper, if you have anything, you have to put it back, because if you're not putting pressure back, they're getting free tags. Because no matter what ping you're on, the minigun is going to get bullets through because of that weird delay that Fortnite had introduced with that like 0.15 seconds of wall. I don't know if they like got rid of that. I'm not too sure, but definitely a little bit of a delay when you place a wall after it's been broken. So that minigun, very potent. You have to pressure back. Essentially, if you don't, you're going to be eliminated. But Colorful might be eliminated here as grenades are coming on in. Definitely needs to find a point to disengage. Has a big shield. Can get ahead, go and pop it as Ronaldo trying to provide some cover fire here. I think Ronaldo actually using that suppressed AR. I don't know how everybody feels about the suppressed AR, but personally, I think it's the worst gun in the entire game.
The blue suppressed sky, yeah. I'm not a fan of it.
The suppressed scar. It doesn't matter what rarity.
Oh, you don't enjoy the suppressed sky at all?
No, it's terrible.
Back when I played on controller, I thoroughly enjoyed using it. Ever since coming onto keyboard and mouse just after the World Cup, I haven't had as good a time. I haven't enjoyed it as much. I also don't like the blue AK. I would absolutely not pick up the blue AK in this matter. For me, I feel like it's all about getting the most bullet damage through as possible, which is regular ARs, except for the purple or gold burst, and then miniguns and SMGs. That's the key to what you need for a lot of the success you can get in games these days, is using weapons with a high fire rate, with a high damage rate, and getting them through.
Getting them through, indeed. Is I do have an update on the leaderboard, so we'll get that to you guys here very soon. But high rate of fire guns, drum gun right there in the inventory, and we're gonna see it used right there. We'll see if Colorful decides to push that Sharkman in the game as well. We haven't seen much of Sharkman and his teammate. They haven't been really doing much. Colorful and Ronaldo, though, just kind of basing off their center-ish zone. They don't have to move. Everyone's going to have to come towards them. So this is really good. If they're able to pressure that team and maybe get a tag or maybe get something going their way, right, they're really in a good spot. And honestly, a team right nearby them who was in first place, Spooky Addison and Acreon.
All the way west.
It's interesting. So this is the other side of what we're seeing here. And it looks like Colorful and Ronaldo don't want to be inside risky areas. They want to build some additional bases outside, come back and replan their meds. They're using the pressure of the drum gun to do that. And now looking in at Addison's, they're camped up on the entire other side, completely nearby. No ability that we can see. Edge of circle at this stage. I feel like when you're as good as these guys, and they've proven that they're good, you need to just push into the middle, get into the middle of circle as much as possible to mitigate against the possibility that you're going to have a tough rotate with no mobility and people looking back at you. You need to, in my opinion, be trying to get as close to the center of circle or far into circle enough that your rotations won't be affected as poorly.
That was a very good point. My apologies there, caught mid-yawn. But speaking of leaderboards, that no one said speaking of, but you know, I had a bad segue. Anyway, leaderboards. Nick Cool and Bread, fourth, 41 points in first place, taking it over Ronaldo and Colorful with Addison and Acreon tied there for second.
2 points.
Literally
2 points.
2 points. But then you see fourth place separated by a sixth point game. My apologies there. I cannot speak right now. As Lukey and Nico there in 31st. Or 31 points in fifth place. Sixth place, Joey 2, C and Iconic, Strawhead Charlie and Timbet dropping all the way down to 7. Sharkman and I guess a Savage FNBR 26 points in an 8th place. Mr. Heat and Medicify moving up to 9th. But we do have a fight happening. They are getting some shots here on this player. And I don't know if this may be Colorful in them. And I believe it might. No, it's not them. They are using the Scarlet Defender. Shots coming on through, though. RPG going to drop them on down. They've managed to take the high ground for right now. But the player keeps going up and up and up. This looks like Summit 1G versus mid. The crack gonna come through. Nice shot there. That's gonna be a beautiful shot by Addison. Mid-air shot to take him on down. Traps him in as well. Addison reloading the RPG, trying to make it drop on down. You hear the call being made. Hey, drop down, drop down, drop, drop, drop. Make sure you don't reconnect it. A lot of connections though. Double RPG coming through. The player dropping down. Nice builds there from that player, but this is just, you know, a ticking time bomb. Who is going to get eliminated first? Will Addison them give it third party, or will they be able to pick up this last elimination? This player trying to hold on for dear life, but I think they may just be able to pick up the elim.
So it's interesting because they rotated fairly late. Yeah, they didn't get, well, they didn't rotate fairly late, but they will be forced to now because of taking this fight. Their initial positioning wasn't optimal. We discussed that a little bit. They've managed to finish this fight, get both the elims very well done. One of them against a fellow Toronto Fortniter. But what I want to highlight here is despite them getting the points out of it, despite them getting the ammo, the mats, and everything else, winning this mid-game fight, what if they got third-partied? What if something else had happened? They were exposed in a pretty clear part of the map. You know, if there were one or two other teams in the area, they would have got involved as well. I don't think that was the right choice. They do need to be taking risks just to try and outscore Ronaldo and his teammate. Colorful. But was that one of the risks they should have been taking? Was that too much of a risk, especially that part of the map, this part of the game? No placement points, going for 2 extra. I don't know if that was the right play. Obviously, it's all worked out fine for them, but was it the right play?
I'm okay, they suck ass.
I don't think so.
I think we should get right here.
You know, right plays are few and far between in Fortnite, as you see getting tagged on up there. Addison does have enough heals. We saw they had Slurpfish earlier. They've got floppers as well. Seeming like they're just gonna go ahead and we use one flopper and pop a big shield. You'll be good to go. 174 effective. That's enough to survive a heavy snipe there with 24 HP left on over. Now I'm gonna move over to our first place team, right? Making sure that is Nick Cool and Bread. And we saw them before, looking like they're gonna get a double heavy snipe action going on through. Yes. Oh, it did not connect.
My favorite noise is when you take a heavy snipe and you miss it by just a little bit. Everybody has that sudden exhale of breath, like,
Yeah, you were standing still.
I love those moments. Those moments in this game are what I thoroughly enjoy the most about it. Get some edits out here, or maybe trying to line up another double heavy snipe. I mean, Brett is in first place. This is the first place team that we see at the moment, and miscommunication. They're not getting the double heavy snipe off because of a miscommunication.
They're looking at us, they're looking at us.
Alright. Oh, no,
Did you see?
We can hear them communicating with each other as well there. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, we can hear them communicating with each other. Just get a listen in very quickly on how they're lining this up, how they're communicating to do it. Because in first place, their communication, their synergy, their teamwork has to be great. And now they see another team coming in, they're communicating that, they're building up together, they're working together. Great comms.
Pretty good comms indeed. One of the best that we've seen so far. We do see Aqua for Assault going on down. She has not been having the best day today, but as long as they're doing their best, that is all that matters. You know, hey, you may not be winning, but as long as you're doing your best in that moment, it's truly all that matters. You can't, you know, you can't beat yourself up too much about it. Like, you know, if you're getting carried by your teammate in a boomer cup, or, you know, you gotta like, try to clutch on up, and, you know, you can't beat yourself up too much about it. It happens. Unfortunately, everyone's gonna have bad days. And like Hannah Montana said, everybody makes mistakes. Simplify.
I feel like there's so many better references you could make for making mistakes in pop culture.
No, I think that was the perfect one.
I think there's 2 teams around, so we can actually get the loot. Yeah, each one. C4 on them, okay?
Okay.
We'll stick with it. I don't get the reference, but we're gonna stick with it. Some C4 going in. 2 sets of 6 C4. Oh my goodness, that is my new favorite thing I've seen all day.
And I'm surprised they didn't get an elimination. We do see Boa going down, but there's no way they can get an elim. Oh, they're gonna get this double heavy snipe elim. There's no way they don't. Looking to wait. Oh, he's moving just a little bit. Looking to.
Wait, left one, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, does he get a no? He moved just a little bit. And so that's what I was talking about. If you are moving in your box, there's no way you're going to get heavy sniped.
There's 2 ways to avoid a heavy sniper: constant movement and to have 2 layers between you and wherever the heavy.
Actually, no, I think we should.
Those are the only 2 things. One of them costs a lot of mats. The other one costs your hand just pressing A and D a bunch of times. I think the correct option is to not waste mats in this game and just to dent back and forth a little bit. Look at them replenishing on a little bit of mats they're picking up a harpoon. 4 shots left in that harpoon. That's going to be great for picking up elims if they manage to get a high ground, or if a few people get pushed. A few people push the same team, as we see a lot more in Fortnite than we ever have in the past. Is just getting people focusing on one person, almost like using everybody as a, hey guys, as a community, do we all agree that we should all be shooting this guy right now? And then the answer is usually yes.
That's what we saw when the ballers were a thing. Everyone shot all the ballers. Oh, what is that?
Where did that come
Okay,
from?
that was
that being
Nick
dropped?
Cool's. That was Nick Cool's launch pad. He said I dropped it, and so luckily Brett able to catch it for him. But wow, almost a big misplay as C4, grenades, RPGs, every explode in the book seemingly came in there. But they're in zone, but they're looking really rough right now with Nichols HP. It seems like they've been here before, as Nil is going to be eliminated. We talked about how Aqua had unfortunately gone down earlier. Now her teammate falling too, so not having the best of days again, unfortunately there. We do see Penny Winnie falling as well, not having good day either. But we'll keep our eyes here on Bread as they're trying to take this victory. And I want to point out, High Ground team is one of the second place teams of Addison and Acreon.
Interesting. And it's going to be interesting watching this as well, watching Bread, especially as the RPGs reign in. This is where they prove why they're in first place. Look at their ability to just stay where they are. They're not being pushed, they're not being stepped on, they're sticking where they are, they're building, they're holding their own, they have a jump pad, they have a great rotate coming up, they're not taking unnecessary peaks, they're playing smart, they're going for this placement. Will they be first after this game? That's the big question.
Ronaldo just got eliminated as well, so Colorful has to battle for second or first place by himself. Again, this is game number 5, I believe. Yeah, game number 5 coming in here, making sure they're with Mayhem. So Addison and Acreon on high ground. Colorful is the only one remaining there, as we see Nickel and Bread trying to take high ground. They do have high ground. Nickel completely fought by himself here. Bread losing a lot of HP. Ryan Clare going to go down to zone. Addison and Acreon have maintained high ground moving into this zone. Nickel trying to help with the comms, but not going to come through. The shot's coming through. He was low, but the man still had shields. I don't know what the call was, but definitely not the right one there. A little panicky as we move over to Addison and Acreon on high ground. They've got enough mats to maintain it, but will they be able to? Addison being very smart, going ahead, trying to connect, using the metal early. Shots coming on through. Nice shots there. He's still got the RPG. Gonna more than likely save a couple there for the very last moment. No harpoon here on them. I don't believe they have the ability to go down and grab any match. Ooh, almost seemed like they wanted to go for the RPG there. We'll keep our eyes and see as Addison and them are looking to try to make a play there. I'm going to actually swap us on over to Colorful, who is playing in the mid ground. We know high ground just going to play the same way every time. Colorful still alive here. Stream pausing just a little bit there. Does have very low HP though. It does have the drum gun, has a legendary pump shotgun as well. Needs to hit a 1 pump here. But zone gonna start to come towards him. He's gonna have to move. No match remaining here for Colorful. Nice shot there. Needs to get the finish. He needs to get the execution, and he does. Looking to get any of the mats, but no, cannot do it. That player gonna be a little bit of a loot goblin and yoink that all from him. And now I swap back to our high ground team of Addison and Acreon, as they're looking to take home the victory way out and propel themselves further into first. Double RPG coming through. There's going to be the eliminations now, sitting on 5. Acreon carrying Addison right now in eliminations, but it doesn't matter as long as they win. That's all they want. Double RPG coming. That's the last RPG. They got to be careful. Double going different directions. Tags going through. Addison trying to hold them off, but mats are dwindling. Acreon dropping all the way down, wasting a lot of match. Shots coming on through. 30 damage off, but he's got no more RPGs remaining. 7 players remaining, and there's a lot of people still alive here for this tiny of a zone. Nickel and Bread did go down earlier. 9 shots here by Addison. That's going to be YOLO going down. Elimination came through as well. A lot of mats coming on through now. That's going to be a high ground now, a 2v. Well, it seems like a 2v1 and not favor Addison as Acreon went down. I talked about him carrying, but going down in this crucial moment is going to cost him. Someone launch padding, shots coming through. That's going to be iconic going down, and now a 1v1. Addison has the high ground. Will he be able to clutch it out, trying to not get shot out here? Hiding over the top of the tree, making sure he's got something to fall on if he wants to. No RPG ammo remaining. He's got very little builds. Player down below getting a free pass with the tree. Addison needs to find some shots. Shots going through now. Trying to break him down. Nice shots. He's falling. RPG not available. Shotgun gonna have to be the wave. Getting chopped down on top of the player. And it's not gonna come through. Addison needs to try to make something happen. It's gonna go through the house, and this is gonna be an awkward engagement. Shots are not coming through. This player down below has got the advantage. Definitely here. Nice block off here for Addison. Nice sidestep by this player. He's hopping in, going in, ramp boosting in, but he's missing his shots. He misses all the shots there, and unfortunately, that's going to cost him as Uzi takes the victory royale there. A very, very unfortunate circumstance there from Addison. He says it was nerves, and it may have been.
It was nerves.
Great play from Uzi. Let's not discount what Uzi did there. He made sure to stay the low ground. He stayed out of where he expected his opponent to be looking. And, you know, he felt the nerves. Addison felt the nerves. He said it. We all feel it, you know. Do you remember your first ever win in Fortnite?
Yes.
Like,
Yes, I do.
were you shaking afterwards with excitement because you got it?
Oh.
Okay, well, clearly you don't have the passion for this game that I do. Because I can tell you I was shaking. My hands were shaking.
Whoa. Competitively, yes, I get the shakes, okay? Public matches,
I'm talking
no.
about my first ever. Oh, I'm talking about my first ever win in a public game, which was like the first week of Fortnite Battle Royale coming out. It was, to me, I was hyped. I was excited. But the more I've won, and I've got 1,300-ish now, I don't shake anymore. I don't get nervous.
We flexing wins now. You want me to flex wins? Okay, I don't know if you want to go down this road. I got 2,103, so.
Okay, cool. But you minus the like 700 off that Sampus carried you, and
whoa! Don't even go there. No, I 100% get it. It probably was nerves. Addison was just nervous to possibly get. Hey, money is money. Any kind of money, right? In the Boomer Cup, we were only playing for $1,000. That's a lot of money, right? I say only, but still, $1,000 is a lot of money. So it doesn't matter what kind of money you're playing for. Nerves will get to you at some point or another, even if you're the best of 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 the worst of the best. Oh no, worst in there. But no, even if you're the best, right? Nerves are gonna get to you. It's gonna happen. But Uzi played that perfectly. Waited for the hop into the box. Played low ground. Got the advantage there. Had Addison had one more RPG, would have been a GG well played. That would have been his. He could have just sent it down on that tree, but unfortunately, not the case. It does take second place, but I guarantee you they're going to be in first place after that game.
Well, the interesting thing as well there is they did come second place. They have the highest amount of points there is in the win, just for placement. They definitely got a few elims as they were chunking ground on the high ground as well. It's going to be interesting. They could very well be in first place. I'm pretty confident they will be in first place as well after this one. And that's going into the ultimate game.
Mm-hmm. The penultimate. Wait, no, the ultimate, right?
The ultimate win. This was the This is the penultimate win. The next one will be the ultimate.
I have no idea what penultimate means, so that's why I was asking. But
it's the one. It's the one before the last one.
The last game and the previous to last game. I see. We'll see if that changes anything standings wise. Thank you guys for hanging out. I want to say that again. Make sure you check out Toronto Fortnite at Toronto Fortnite on Twitter, as well as Wavesy Gaming. I know Waves is at Wavesy Gaming on Twitter as well. They're doing awesome stuff. They are the ones that have the arena that everybody is sitting in that is playing on the LAN. This was an online person as well. This is the last qualifier before skirmish in the 6th, like you see right there in between me and Amplify. It's going to be on the 21st and the 22nd there. There's going to be for a bigger prize pool as well. So top 3 automatically qualified through. The rest had to pay the entry fee. And then you will see who is the skirmish in the 6 champion. And right now, honestly, I didn't get to see the second, the first qualifier after the reschedule. But, I mean, Ronaldo, Colorful, Addison, and Acreon are looking really, really good, as well as Nick, Cool, and Brad.
There's a lot of people looking great in this tournament that will automatically qualify and hopefully will return to compete as well at the 6. March 21st to 22nd, guys, don't forget, these are qualifiers for that. So if you're impressed with the level of competitive integrity in this game, you're going to absolutely adore and love the skirmish in the 6. March 21st, 22nd. Make sure you hit the follow button on the Toronto Fortnite Twitch stream so you'll be notified when that happens. Also, as Clay mentioned, following them on Twitter as well. And join the Discord. It's not just a place for esports events, but it's a great community. You'll be able to find other people to play with, either pubs, box fights, competitive. And if you're in the Toronto area, it's even better for you because that's a community right on your doorstep that you can meet up with and hang out with. God knows when I was young enough to want to meet people in public, I would have killed for a community like this. So if you're in Canada, if you're in Toronto, if you're anywhere on, take advantage, join the Discord, absolutely. Yeah, so Clay, I think next game, the last game, the final one, I think we should start off by looking at Noisy because he's come up a few times this this tournament and he has brought some proverbial and literal news. So it'd be good to see him to start off with here, I think.
I think it would be good as well. I believe game did start as well, so we'll hop in. This is the last game, everyone. Going to be the last game of the night. 6 games. This will be number 6 if you can count to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what comes after? 5.1. Actually, 5.000000000. And we go on forever and 1. But you know, hey, 5.1 starting up right now. We're loading in to game number 6. Amplify wanted to start off with Noisy. So we'll see if he can make any noise here today.
Make some noise.
Oh.
Is that Val?
Yeah. I think that is Val. Hi.
That is Val. Hi, Val. How are you doing today? I think perhaps that's the reason why I wanted to see Noisy. Wasn't to look at Noisy, but in fact to just have Val screen for all of us to look at and appreciate for arranging all this and communicating all this. And Noisy's having fun, just singing along, dancing, having a good time. I respect it. That's the kind of motivation you need to go into these games, guys, is to just treat it like another game, enjoy yourself, and clutch up. Let's see if Noisy can do the last part of that.
I mean, honestly, he vibing. He doesn't even, he's got a headphone off. It don't even matter. My man Noisy vibing. Oh, we love to see it. Silver there in the background, Val vibing as well. Whoever this is next to him vibing. I think there's a player right behind him. Oh, could he go for the early elimination? Will Noisy get it? He doesn't know where he is because he doesn't have his headphones on. Put your headphones on. You can't listen with one ear.
I mean, not as effectively, absolutely, but
Colorful went down.
Oh, they got challenged at the agency.
Colorful's down. I'm sorry, Noisy. I gotta go. We'll come back to you and your vibing self later if you're alive. But Ronaldo and Colorful, someone that was near the top of the leaderboard, getting challenged, finally landed on at the agency.
I mean, they've had 5 games completely uncontested. Did they get complacent? Maybe they did. We weren't able to see that. Would it be interesting to take a look back in VODs after this game? Now it's up to Ronaldo to show his individual class. This is the final game, and with respect, they have a lot of points, but they could easily drop out of that top 2 money earnings and drop out of the top 3 automatic qualification point places as well.
Is he on the roof or where is it?
Oh, and it seems like Colorful does not know where he got eliminated from. He's like, oh, he's just hiding.
Oh! Oh my gosh! The 200 IQ play from Zindio!
It's Drew farted on you.
It's Drew farted on you?
Oh.
He camped on top of the door. That is such a 200 IQ play. I'm so sorry, Ronaldo, but color me impressed by the farting man.
Launching.
Wow.
Fucking god.
Yeah, what do you say to that, dude?
I
Like,
don't.
the
Blue tag.
the
and we have
guts
zone.
to do it. We're heading on over now to. Oh my goodness! I
One
can't say
second
Spooky
there, gotta
Addison's
go
name.
back.
I don't know why.
Go back to my
Hi.
face really quick. Hello, hi. Sorry, my apologies. We still had vibing man up on the screen there.
There's minis here if you need.
Love you, Noisy. Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, we're over to Spooky Addison's teammate. Another 2 players very high up on the leaderboard. no longer with competition from Ronaldo and his duo Colorful, got challenged by the farting Drew at the agency. 5 games uncontested. They must have gotten complacent, didn't expect him to land, and then got a little bit of shock
What are they in
syndrome
right
when they did. This is Addison's opportunity, and this is everybody in the top 10's opportunity to pop off, because they no longer have competition from one of the top teams in this tournament. It's going to be interesting now to see, will the other teams show up, or will they also get pressured? This last game looks like it's set up to be a complete different story to every other one we've seen so far.
Yeah, and I am very, very, very excited to see how it ends up. Ronaldo and Colorful going down early. Oh, wow.
I mean,
wow.
It's more of a mark on just the way that they were, eliminated. I think is the worst part, because it's the kind of strat that someone pulls off in pubs and it's hilarious. But to have the audacity and the skill to pull it off, and here we go, more pressure on Addison's. Is this going to be a Ronaldo and Colorful Mark II?
Oh my god!
And they just need to disengage 17 million grenades. It sounded like someone called in an enemy AC 130, but that would be a different game, and we're not in there. But we'll see if Addison
They just do,
and
like, 12
Acrean
nades.
trying to disengage.
How'd I
They
live?
really need to get out of here. You hear the shot coming through. Acrean calls out. They're coming up. They've got remote explosives. They've got a harpoon. I know Addison knows how to use it.
They're shit.
But we'll see if they're able to get anything. Addison calling out that he doesn't think they're good. 9 shots here, but he only hits 1. Needs to be very careful about going too aggressive. We've seen him time and time again hop into player's box and misses the shots.
I'm C4 in this kid.
As he's going to go ahead and go for the C4. Acrean trying to get in. C4 did go down. He does hit this player. Scott's going to come through. He is going to get the white. That's going to be Penny Winnie going down. And Addison said, you know what? I am not going out that early. I got to have a chance to take home first place, and they're doing just that. They're giving themselves a chance with his teammate Penny Winnie. I believe Gold running away. The disengage coming on through. Acrean has found him out. C4 in the inventory. I don't think they know exactly where he is, but a very easy C4 play. Addison trying to find him out. Acrean trying to be aggressive.
Right here, I'm checking it.
C4 going on in. Addison double C4 coming on through. Trying to do it another time and blows it up, even though the elimination came through at our first place team. I believe first place going into this game. Still alive.
Absolutely. You know, you mentioned that this was their opportunity, this was their chance, and much like Alexander Hamilton, they did not throw their shot because they are indeed young, scrappy, and hungry for this win. Throw a little bit of class in with the Fortnite references, how about it?
I hate that you referenced my favorite musical of all time, and now I can't sing the rest of the song. But
I've seen the musical in the London.
okay, look, we're not all like okay. We're a little bit posh reference there, okay, Mister. Hey, little, you know. Hey, I'm kidding. We're gonna move over here to Nico, as I believe they are in. It looks like they're in an engagement here. Near the Slurp Truck area by Craggly Cliffs. I like to call it Craggly there. Just, you know, throw a little extra oomph on it there. But Craggy Cliffs, shots coming on through, is going to get tagged on up here from Nico. Shots coming on through, I believe a minigun going to be the source. Trying to get up to the bridge. Launch pad's coming in as well. They have the launch pad, his teammate right there, but the minigun spray just coming out. Shot's going to come through. That's going to be a nice beam, though, from Nico to put the pressure, and that's what you have to do. Right there, look for an opportunity, put pressure back. That minigun player is now going to be very, very cautious about how he uses the minigun.
Absolutely. 99 damage is enough to make anybody think, whoa, maybe this ain't the play right now, you know? I absolutely love watching people put pressure on with a weapon, hold a heavy snipe against that person, and then the person heavy snipes as soon as the breaking the mats towards them. It's lulling people to a false sense of security. I mentioned it several times during the stream. The meta right now is to spam. The anti-meta is to put pressure back on and use something like a heavy sniper or a pump to knock them in one shot. Unfortunately, having to use a lot of mats here just to disengage, but Nico knows they do need to. There's a minute left on the rotation. They need to get themselves in good positioning. They don't want to use this jump pad just yet. They're in a great position to earn money and earn an automatic invitation. disengage. Best option they can do. Unfortunately, the mats have taken a massive hit. There's an empty slot now for Nico as well. He's had to use something to keep himself alive there. The player's still taking shots. I respect the pressure staying on even at 300 meters and a heavily telegraphed sniper rifle, but successful disengage, getting into circle, 54 players remaining, little bit of storm surge, and needing mats desperately.
And we'll see if they're able to do anything with that. Mats easily farm upable, but launch pads are not. As Aqua did go down, she again had not been having the best of days. Her teammate currently hiding in a garbage can, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Could say that he is literal trash right now, not his skill, but just his actual physical being.
Actually, no, they're gonna be on top of that mountain. No.
And I honestly think that Lukey is gonna run into someone right in front of him here. And there's no reason. Actually,
we're gonna have to walk towards
I don't know how they're not seeing him. As I swap over here, you're gonna see YOLO is here, is right in front of them.
They're not gonna hold. No, they see us, but they're
It's interesting. Perhaps they're deciding not to fight. You know, they can't communicate or signal one another, but are they independently deciding that they don't want to be engaging here? They look like, it kind of looks here like Volo's looking to get engaged, but holding the pickaxe out, hopefully they don't do anything silly that would be considered collusion or cheating. Yeah, just a simple rotate. Two teams recognizing that they need to get a circle. Perhaps not seeing each other, but if they do, they're just being smart about it. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with teams playing smart. It's teams being unforgivably stupid that I can't stand in this game.
Oh, kind of like, I don't know. I was gonna try to say something that you've done, but I don't.
A perfect example would be, oh, I've dealt 10 damage to this player 400 meters away. I'm on 20 HP. I am now pushing across the map.
Well, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me. What are you talking about?
I didn't realize you were an EU player, Clay.
That's why I love to cast EU, baby. You got something in common. I'm kidding. Obviously, that's not reasonable at all, and I think you should never push that. But you know, you gotta have fun with Amplify every once in a while. I'm gonna go back to someone that was having fun earlier in the start of this game. Mr. Noisy here, no longer vibing out, but he is alive.
He's alive, but the vibe check is coming back a bit more real now.
Oh wait, yeah.
And you know, he got towards that end game, in the mid game area right now, and he said, you know what, I gotta stop vibing out. I gotta start focusing up. This is the last chance here for them. But speaking of people that need to focus on up here, it's going to be Nate Claire and Ryan Claire as we swap back and forth. Again, no audio here, but pew, 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 coming on through there. Big shield being popped off. Again, we talked about they haven't had the best of games. They're very, very low HP right now, effectively 100 or so HP. Nice edit here. That player going to expect it, going to get shot actually from in front of him, but it sounds like it's behind him. It's actually a different, you know, thing. Elam actually going to come through there. Ryan Claire going to pick it on up, and now they put these team on the back foot. Shots coming on through. Is going to get tagged up. Nate Claire losing a lot of HP. He does have the bandy cannon, though. Ryan needs to be aggressive. Decides to help out his brother there. Shots coming on through. Nate going to get caught. Bandy cannon. Sharkman going to take down AZ, and Edit goes through. And that's going to be whenever taking down Nate Claire. But will Ryan be able to clutch it on up? He did before. He's got already one elimination. HMY going down to a sniper. Stone coming in as well. One of these fights is definitely not something that would be advisable. But sometimes you have to take it. You have to put everything on the line. Ryan Claire going down very low. Gets shot. Doesn't seem like he has any heals there as he's cycling through his inventory. Down to about 10 HP in a dream if he's able to get it. No! He is going to go down. So the Claire brothers have been eliminated here in this game.
I feel like the misplay they made there was that Nate kept trying to heal. Whereas if Nate just held the wall while Ryan circled around, they could have pinched the other player.
Ted, nice.
Yeah, as we swap over here to...
There goes John.
Nice,
yeah,
so
John getting eliminated there. Ossify and Core. I believe his name was Corey.
Bro, what are you
in a
doing?
fight there. I think this is the team that has a little bit of problem communicating what they want with each other, but it's okay, you know. New duos, younger duos still have that chance to iron that out before anything happens there. Unfortunately, you know, not today going to be their day. We do see TFC Zio going on down there to Kesh. Medicify still in
Can you
this
push
game
these
as
players right
well.
in front of us?
But again, the leaderboard,
fat?
if you guys did not see it, I'm going to throw it up here before the end of this game. So every point matters. That win that
Box up right
Addison
here.
gave Uzi and attacks put them in contention to take home first place right now. And that is going to be an issue because we don't have their perspective. We don't know if they're in the game. So Addison and Akrian have to get first place or eliminate the team in second.
Yeah, look at this.
Looks like it's probably time to swap away from these guys because they're just trying to scream as much as they can. Going back to a team that we know is going to do well here. I love it. I love it looking at his keyboard. Can't lie. I absolutely adore looking at his keyboard.
Me too. Me too. Just making sure everything is good here on my end. They're gonna redo that. I think my PC freaking out just a little bit. But gonna try to pop the leaderboard.
I feel that a little bit.
Hey, we're running a lot of different things at one time. It's going to happen. But this team is in first place right now. I'm gonna pop the leaderboard up for everybody to see on your screens, and we'll see how the standings are breaking down. Because right now, Addison and Akrian are in first, but look, they're only in first by 7 points. Ronaldo and Colorful went out. We know third place is not in this game. Cool and Bread are in the game. They're both alive. So first place is up for grabs right now, Amplify, but it really is going to come down to 1 through 5.
It is. Excuse me. It is. Addison and Akrion. I think it's theirs to lose at this point. I think that if they play as consistently and they play as intelligently as they have for the rest of the tournament, they're going to be walking away with the cash prize and automatic invite. I feel like Brad just needs 4 points and 3 elims out of those 4 points in order to overtake Ronaldo and effectively knock them out because they got taken out so early in this particular game. It's all to play for, but it's all first place's choice on what happens. It's up to them to set the standard. If they set the standard and win, if they set the standard and place highly and continue with the wonderful baseline that they've given themselves, they've won the whole thing. But can they keep that up for a 6th and final game? That's the big question as we jump into the other team at the top there, Bread, who's doing something I absolutely adore. Camping a doorway, camping an entrance. I love it.
Yeah, and you heard Addison and Akrian talk about their average placement, right? Their average placement is 6.4. So they placed in the top 6 roughly every game. The second place team, top 8. Third place team, top 10. Nick Cool and Bread, top 11. Joey and Iconic, top 9. So, this team has got a shot. They've got an opportunity. But it's going to come down to that very last moment, the very last elimination. If Addison and Akrian are able to be in zone, which they are confirmed, Akrian and Addison are in zone as well. So half in, half out, going to determine a lot here. Bread and Nick Cool trying to take first place away from Addison and Akrian. And as well, we don't have Attacks and Uzi's perspective. We don't have Joey 2C and Iconic's perspective. We do not know if they are alive in this game, right? We do not know.
I'm finding it. I'm just thoroughly enjoying how these players are playing these games, how they're approaching it, how they're looking at it. There's so much opportunity for these guys here as well. I'm just trying to think, what are the situations here that cause a massive flux, a massive change in the leaderboard from game 5 to game 6? What is something that could really knock something out? So obviously it's his top place team not getting any points, and then second team absolutely popping off. That'd be fascinating. You know, the grotto is a great place to camp up. They got all these mats, great mobility, great weapons. Oh, this is going to be a great endgame. This is just going to be a phenomenal endgame. It doesn't have many people as previous rounds have because people are getting a bit more desperate. They're looking to get the Storm Surge damage in. They're looking to just get elim points. We see the kill feed lighting up a little bit right there. Unfortunately, a little bit opaqued out because we're in Bread's inventory. Down to 30 players, less people, but the tension is higher than ever. It's one team's to lose, but it's everybody's to win.
Yeah, just get ready.
Everybody's to win indeed, and zone. We'll see where it pulls. They've got the ability to rotate, but this is going to be an issue. If they use this rotate and someone's sitting at the top, they're just going to get absolutely beamed. That team actually shooting at the drop is going to be Addison and Acreon. And both of the teams have to move about the same relative distance. But luckily enough for them, they're inside. They are not outside like Addison is, right? But they have to be careful. If they commit to being inside here, if zone goes out, they are not going to be in an area where they can easily get out of here. And I think they're committing to this. And I think this may not be the play.
You know,
we're gonna get stuck. We're gonna get stuck.
it might not be the play, but it's the play I want to see, where you have these multiple levels in the game. Yeah, you have the upper ground, the above ground, and the below ground. And there's only certain ways into the below ground. There's only certain ways back out to the upper ground. And they're playing that, and they're playing to the advantage of having less eyes on them, more easy rotate, higher potential placement. They don't have white heels. They do have a jump pad if they need it to get through. I think they're in a good spot. I don't know if it's the best play, but it's definitely the play I want to see. And we're looking there in the kill feed. Uzi's just gone down.
Uzi and attacks have gone down. That means it is really going to come down to It Cool Bread versus Addison and Acreon.
At least for the top two positions.
At least for the top two. And if Uzi and them have any eliminations, of course, that will be added. But this is going to be it. It's going to come down to this as we see 2 OP going down. We're going to stay on board here with... Actually, we're going to swap over to Addison to see what they're able to do. You know what? We're going to stay. I don't really know what to do, but we're going to be here on both perspectives. We'll swap between... As Ossified, unfortunately, going down. Bread and Nicole, the only people in the grotto remaining. Shots coming on through. It's going to go out. They have to go up, and they need to go up now.
They do have a jump pad. They're trying to work out the best way going down. This is the most secure way of staying alive for the longest, but now they have put themselves into an awkward position. Looks like they're going to be going out into storm a little bit.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
That isn't a rotate out. That is to change your outfit. Does he realize that? Does he realize he marked something to change outfit, not to actually go above ground?
I don't know, but they need to get, they just need to get out. I don't like this.
It's behind him. It's behind him on the north. It's the oh no wait, okay. Looking over where the storm is, it does make sense where they can go. They just need to be careful looking up in case the team manages to come down through one of the 2 massive entrance holes in the roof for the cave system here.
All right, we're going to swap over to Addison and Acreon as they've got the harder rotation to make, as that seemed very, very easy for them, as they're going to have a very easy rotate. As I just saw the exit, as Addison looking to get a beam, and he does get a beam there. Now looking to continue on forward. Acreon building the tunnel, Addison blocking it on off. Will they be able to maintain their first place lead right now? Shots coming on through, not connecting other than the initial 33. Addison trying to break their way on through, making sure nobody's doing anything. They could really take high ground here if they wanted to, but that might be the mistake that leaves them the game, breaking him on down. But Acreon nowhere to go through. He's not anywhere near his teammate. Needs to get through. 40 HP, dropping on down. Acreon nowhere to be found. Addison drops, he falls. Addison messes up the build, and it's all up to Acreon. Acreon has put Addison on his back all day, and we'll see if he continues to do it. Acreon right there on his body. Savage gonna be the one to take him on down. Acreon in zone. He's got floppers. But will he be able to pop them in time? 120 effective HP. For context, Brett and Nicole are both still alive. And so it's all up to Acreon here to put the team on his back. He's got to get this elimination. And he does, but he needs to build. Down to 80 HP, he is eliminated. And so now Brett and Nicole have the opportunity to take the victory away from them. And we'll see if they're going to be able to do it. Brett with the shot, not going to connect. Nice tunnel here for him, but he's got a lot of mats. Only wood remaining. They need to be careful. Minigun being sprayed, and they're wasting the mats there of themselves. Minigun being sprayed at them. Oh, had Charlie gonna take down 2 players. Zone pulling off towards the edge. Shots coming through, not gonna connect. They need to go through together, but they're getting split up. Nicole gonna get shot down very low. He's gonna go down. Nicole, last hope is Brett. He's got a launch pad. Please, launch pad. No, he's not gonna be able to do so.
3, 2,
No, no way,
1.
can't get up.
Oh,
I think we
third
should've went that
place
way,
gets taken down by Sharkman, going into the final two teams. Is this Sharkman on the high ground with an RPG and a minigun? Looks like it's what, a 2v1 right now? Is that it? A 2v1 minigun raining down from the roof.
It's a 2v1 and we
players
have the
working-
perspective. It's
That means we're good.
Assault Nico on the low ground, trying to drop him on down. I think a 2v2 now as shots coming on through. They're trying to drop the play on down. That's Sharkman. We know shots coming on through. Down very low. Lukey needs to try to do something. He's not doing much. It's all Nico right now as Brett and Nicole go down there in third. This is the 2v2 for first place for this game. A harpoon play! The little Clay Classic coming on through, but it's not going to be enough. They need to find the elimination. Nice shot there from Nico as it's going through old builds. This is great for them. They don't have any more shields. Can't really go up. They need to try to find the elimination. That harpoon being so very useful in these late moments. RPGs not available. They have just a minigun above. As he had to try to come through. Sharkman up there. Harpoon bring him down. A nice shot. He's going to get another one. No, it doesn't connect. And they don't pick it up. Sharkman pick up the victory royale. But oh, it was so
I
close.
I broke one shield. And
That was such a phenomenal end game. It just shows how amazing.
He was 100 each.
With almost nothing left, they still managed to play at a high level, to pick things up and use what they have to do what they can. How long have you been waiting to say Clay Classic?
Oh, I say it all the time. It happened, the other day when I was actually, I think it happened today when I was casting. I'm not too sure. I also realized I can't see your face. My apologies. There was just too happy that someone really did a Clay Classic.
The Clay Classic. So you have the Clay Classic. I have the Amstrad. Together we're just content machines, man. But speaking of content machines, that last game, the drama ensued from so many of the top teams going down and not quite being able to push through. I'm super excited to see what the final standings look like. I'm sure those are being worked on at the moment, chat. So please, we'd love to see your guesses. What's the word I'm looking for?
Predictions.
Not guesses. Prediction. That's the word I'm looking for. We'd love to see your predictions in chat. Who do you think has pulled away with $200 and an invite? Who's pulled away with 100 invite? Have Ronaldo and Colorful managed to make it into third place for the final automatic qualification spot? It's interesting. We're getting chat saying they think it was Acrian. Of course, Acrian would say that. Duh. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to find out. Who do you think's won, Clay?
So, I'm looking at the Mayhem without placement points, right?
Okay.
And a Sharkman and I'm gonna call him Savage because I don't know how to say his name otherwise. They moved into third with 47 points, which is the same amount of points as Attack and Uzi had going into that game. They're going to get plus 10 points. And we know that Addison and Acrian got towards the end game and got placement. So I don't think they came in first, Sharkman and them, but it was a little 8 elimination game. Now, we know Colorful did not. But Nico and Brad were behind by a lot of points going into that game.
But I think went so far.
I think Addison and Acrian, though, I don't know what place they got. It depends on what place they got in that game.
Ninth, I believe. I believe it was 9th.
So they did get placement. They did get some elims there. I think they're going to win it. I think they got it.
Okay. 10K says Sharkman is going to finish 3rd or 4th. Stay in school. Say no to drugs. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. Ronaldo, his team's definitely slipping down, which is unfortunate. Sharkman last game, of course, that's 10 points just for that game, plus at least 1 elim in it, so minimum 11 points. We don't know what it looks like yet. It's going to be fascinating. It's going to be interesting. And we've had so many great plays today as well. From the first game all the way to the last game, we've seen just an exceptionally high level of skill being exhibited. We've managed to get some incredible clips, some wonderful snipes, some great utility out of some weapons, some great plays, some great strategies, a little bit of hanging out in the storm, some misplays as well for everybody to learn from. I'm talking about the grappler in game one. It's been 6 games of absolute fantastic high level sportsmanship, high level competition, and it makes me more excited for Skirmish in the 6 to get some of these players back again.
Yeah, I'm ready to have more players back again to see how they do again. We'll get the leaderboards updated here very soon. Everyone that was within that top 3 was in the end game. In the top 4, top 5. Everybody there.
Except for Ronaldo.
Except for Ronaldo and Colorful because they got eliminated early. So that 1, 2, 3, and 5 all have a shot. All have a shot to...
And just like my country, the young, scrappy, and hungry. Sorry. I just can't help it.
You just can't help it, indeed. Hey, don't throw away that shot. As I just want to make sure we get that question answered. I just sent you. But, chat, who won? Who do you think won? When's the next tournament? So the next tournament is going to be Skirmish in the 6 that you see right here. I believe if I'm pointing to it correctly right there. It's going to be on the 21st and the 22nd. 2 days of it. There'll be more information posted online later after everything happens. I know Toronto Fortnite on Twitter will be posting about it. So make sure you follow them. You can click right underneath us. There's a little banner that says Twitter. Go follow them as well as their Instagram, Facebook. Email them. Join the Discord. Show their players some love as well. You can check out Amplify while you're doing all that. Everything is Amplify _ except for his Twitch, which is just at Amplify. My name's Clay Sailing everywhere on every social media possible. You can show us both some love. I know Amplify finally is going to make a TikTok.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Yep.
Nope.
Yep. Yep.
Nope. Nope.
We're going to make it happen, chap. We're going to make it happen. And I'm getting confirmation on that question that you guys are asking about in the chat. If the qualification spot goes down, and my thought is yes, but I have no idea. And
so the current precedent with that is that because it has not been done in previous ones where if somebody is previously qualified, it goes to the next position slot. It just acts as a regular prize, and so it does not go to the next spot for automatic qualification.
Hell, what?
That's what I've been told. Because that hasn't been done in the past, it would be unfair to change the rule just for this particular one. And so if the people who are in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd have all already qualified, then it does not go to 4th, 5th, and 6th respectively. It just it's just a prize that they do not need to redeem because they've already won it. And of course, that's qualification 2. The Skirmish in the 6th, March 21st, March 22nd. It's going to be a $1,000 plus prize pool. And it's going to be sponsored by Zowie. I am a big fan of Zowie. Tap my monitor there. And there's going to be peripherals to win on the day as well. So wonderful news. It's going to be a great prize pool. It's going to be a great event, high-level competition, great prizes, so much on the line, a true competitive environment for everybody to enjoy watching. If you cannot compete, if you can compete, please do your best to make yourself to the Wavesy Gaming Arena in Toronto, Canada. If you cannot, you're missing out. You absolutely are.
And I do believe that we have the leaderboard, but it is a little... I think it's a little bit bugged. It's not okay. With sure.
The Mayhem staff have dealt with it for me as well, where an additional game was registered on there by accident.
Yeah, I think it will be fixed. Don't worry.
This is why, chat, we have some of the app developers, mods, admin staff, owners, whatever you want to call them, from Mayhem on hand to help us with this. It may be that we need to give a provisional leaderboard this evening and then confirm the full details tomorrow. Just because the way that some of the data works needs to be extracted, how it interacts. The only way I work with data personally is in my job with SQL Server, which means injecting code and stuff. So trust me when I say it's not just as simple as remove last match. Sometimes things aren't coded exactly as you'd like them to be, but we will work it out. It will get sorted. We will have an announcement for you tonight that we just may need to clarify tomorrow potentially, but we'll find out. We'll get word on that soon. It's been a great evening. No technical hitches, Clay. I think we've finally got past our honeymoon phase as casting team, where we no longer have major issues.
Yeah, I think we have. We're gonna wait and see. We're gonna get confirmation there from Juice and everybody working in the back end. Val, of course. So we're gonna stay here with you guys and see who actually took home the victory and make sure everything's good. Until I can go to bed. I'll personally stay here and wait for you guys. I will make sure that I'm here.
2:30 a.m. and working 7.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So Amplify can go to bed. He can just turn the stream off. He can just turn his camera off and go to bed. We will see. The leaderboard will be updated here very soon. It may be right, it may not be, but there's some different things being said. So we want to see everything before we announce it. We're getting confirmation here very, very soon. I just want to make sure everybody knows that we appreciate you playing. We really do. We appreciate you hanging out, and we will see you guys soon. We're not going anywhere, but we will see you soon.
I might be. It is 2:30 a.m. So
Yeah,
I might be going.
Amplify might be going to sleep. Clay's gonna stay here. Don't you guys worry. But we'll be seeing y'all soon, and everybody at the skirmish in the 6. Because if not, I'm gonna send you a Twitch message and be very sad in that message about it. I'm gonna be like, "Wow, I can't believe you're not here."
Skirmish in the 6.
Wow,
I will be
okay,
there
thank
for
you.
skirmish in the 6.
I'm
I
glad.
can commit to that right now.
There's
not very many things in my life I'm happy to commit to, but that is one.
I would hope so. Being the casting partner and all.
Being your casting partner, being a part of Toronto, it'd be pretty terrible if I didn't show up for one.
Yeah. I think it would be too. But yes, we're gonna wait here for a little bit. Of course, if you obviously need to go, you're more than welcome. I think we're gonna wait.
I feel like I am going to dip at the moment just because it is 2:30 a.m. and I do have to go do some pretty tough work this weekend. Clay, it's been an absolute pleasure casting with you once again. We've seen some amazing action tonight. I'm very grateful to everybody in chat, the patience and the love being shown to all the different competitors. The competitors for putting on such a great show, for the vibe checks from Noisy all the way to the insane plays from Colorful. It's been a wonderful evening. I'm looking forward to watching some of the VOD back tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to finding out who wins as well. So please keep me posted. I'm sure I'll see you on Twitter in the morning when I wake up.
We will. You have a great night.
Much love and appreciation to you, my dude. To everybody in chat as well. Have a wonderful evening. So much for being a part of this. And I'll see you for Skirmish in the 6.
All right, bye. All right, chat. We're going to stay here. We're going to wait. I'm going to see what Val gives us information-wise. We'll just go ahead and boom. Don't you guys worry. I'm still going to be here. We're going to stay and wait for everything to be 100% verified. Mayhem, obviously working on it in the back end. I appreciate you guys hanging out. So, you're awesome. You're amazing. I'm going to get confirmation here soon. I know they're working out things very, very quickly. No matter what, congrats to everybody. You did very, very well. All right, no matter what, you did awesome. You did amazing. No matter what happened. Whoever got first, whoever got second, third, y'all played really freaking good. And I'm kind of jealous about how good you are. Like, I'm not going to cap. Like, I'm not capping. Y'all are really good. Y'all are really good. And I'm jealous. Thank you for playing awesome and playing amazing. So Porsche, is that how you say it? Not Porsche. Because I honestly thought about your name was Porsche. But hey, thank you for playing. You guys should stream it next time so we can cast your amazing gameplay from your perspective. Best caster all region. That's very kind. That's very kind. I appreciate it. I believe we got an update. Okay, so I just got word that unfortunately the leaderboard will not be ready until later tonight, so I have been given permission to end. Acrean, yes, I will be casting Skirmish for this 6 Surprise. No, I will be. That's the plan, at least, unless something happens. But yes, I've been given the go to go ahead and end it. But there will be an updated leaderboard posted in Discord and on Twitter. So keep your eyes there. You'll obviously see it being updated in Mayhem as well. Keep your eyes there. Juice is going to work on it in the back end. Check Discord, check Twitter, check all the social medias. I will retweet it too. So if you're there, if you're hanging out. But I'm just going to go ahead and go to bed. Thank you guys for hanging out. You guys are awesome. You're amazing. It was a pleasure casting again for Toronto Fortnite. Always love it. Always love it. They're always awesome. Even, of course, everything's got bugs. You know, that's just how things work. Y'all have a great night. I will see y'all on the 21st or 22nd. If not sooner, y'all have a great one. Love you guys. Bye. Bye.